Good evening, you and Spacey Wolf Fleet. So you're welcome at a Wolf Tent. I'm your werewolf. We're talking about an interesting thing that's been cropping up in my mind for the longest time since I've been surfing through the Bluebird site. And we're talking about erasure of skin tones. And I'm talking about specific skin tones that they're choosing to ignore and those that they're choosing to scorn the most. I'm talking about skin tones that they favor in like dark skin tones mostly. The skin tone that they scorn the most is pale skin, and the ones that they choose to largely ignore is orange, yellow, and light skin. I'm fed with this bullshit, so let's get into this. I got here the Bear of the North, Eloise Dottle.
Greetings, everyone.
I'm about ready to take out a damn whip. Get your ass out here now. Not kidding. He is the man in the mask, the Georgia Bulldog.
It's fit.
Fish.
It's Fishozo. This is gonna be my first topic live stream.
Yeah, serious topic too. Bust you in your head, man. You talking over me and shit. And he's dark skinned, by the way.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not dark. No, I'm not very dark skinned. I'm
Oh,
not. I mean, I'm not. I'm not as dark, nowhere near as dark as Idris Elba.
nigga,
I'm
you
not.
got a green mask for a face. You're dark.
Well, yeah. In real life, I'm not nowhere near as dark as Idris Elba.
Nigga, just say you're light skinned.
But still, I'm still darker than Steph Curry though.
Wait, are you caramel?
Yeah.
That's all you need to say, Negro. Damn. You're talking too damn much there for such a skin tone. What, you marmalade or something? Why am I even giving dead air?
Oh yeah. 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 Child of Flower points
Let me
out
mute
the same
myself.
post
Wait,
from
wait, wait,
skin.
wait, wait. You fool, hang on. You jumped down all the way down. Go back up to the top, fool.
Okay, got it.
You know what? Let me take the reins for a minute. You mute
What just
yourself.
happened?
Fizz just jump ahead at the far bottom, trying to read some comments. Man, you know, I'm so tired. I forgot my damn mask. Let me look into the damn chat. We got our resident token white girl storyteller right here. She said, "Oh hey, the white chick is going to be here too." We got our redneck here. I'm a scary Frenchman, Le Bout, child of flower, the thickness. Just heard about what happened to that kid who's playing America Chavez. Wow, stay classy, Twitter. Yeah, yeah. My timing is fucking impeccable on that front. I just now just picked this topic just on a whim, and this came after the fact that Clownfish is covering the whole fact that Twitter is knocking American Chavez for having lighter skin, even though we know Mexicans have lighter skin. Period. Unless you want to make them into donuts or potato color. Chuckle, nigga.
I did already, but the mic was muted.
Damn,
What?
we're so clunky in this shit. Let's read some more comments real quick. Redneck says, have they ever pushed a character to the point of being an underprivileged victim that their entire character is about being hopeless and useless?
Well, but that way there's a character like that, but I'm not gonna bring it up.
Yeah, because we'll be running around in circles all through this whole night. We ain't got time for that.
Mm.
The fuck does this mean? Dorma. I'm sorry for the noise in the background, guys. Wife's washing dishes.
Mm. You probably
Says,
can't hear it, but it's actually pouring down outside.
yeah. Dorma waste stuff is unlike anybody. I don't know where that's from. He said, oh, we're on. We're fine, Star. How about you? You want to join us tonight? You want to talk about this tonight? contact me. Where can I contact you if you want to join us tonight on this one? I want to hear the white girl's perspective on this. You heard what I said, damn it. Child as redneck does Finn and Poe from the sequels. I don't even know what that means in context. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's talk. Let's also do share light on characters that they deem useless and not really assertive in most movies too. The skin tone characters mostly. So let me get my thoughts together and let's read this comment quick. He says they're useless indeed, but by the narrative choice, I was thinking that a character has to be so oppressed that they aren't even allowed or capable of doing anything. Our hero needs to be disabled, amputee who is deaf, dumb, and blind, and they are gay and black. And this hero is tasked to take down a dictator.
How does that even work? They can't even perceive the world around them.
Could have been enforcing, but Leia's not available, so I mean, I've heard her ain't. I hope she didn't get black bag on her end in Michigan. Eloise earlier was talking about people disappearing in her neck of the woods and turn up dead the next day. But hi, Victoria. Ah. Matthew, do you want to get on this one too? I don't think I have.
I don't think so either. Storyteller. Keep.
I probably do have you follow on Twitter. Let me see.
What's your Twitter? Is the Twitter name the same?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay.
Let me get her on here real quick.
I think wasn't your Twitter called like the Dreadclaw, Dreadwolf something?
It's Dreadwolf 1990. It was originally Dreadwolf Claw, aka Wolf 10 Media, but I can't get into that account because of Twitter shenanigans 2 years ago. Try to get Dominic Powell in here, but he's unavailable right now. That's for some strange reason. Damn it, Dominic! You're never around when I really need you. We could use we can use your stuttering explanation. I don't want to knock on. Why am I being so passive aggressive?
Is it Storyteller Clara?
Star says her user handle is Star Telly one.
That's exactly one more. Okay, got it. I'm following her.
Let me do that because I don't trust you, Fizz. You might hiccup or something. Is it? Wait, was it Star Storyteller Clar? Star Storyteller 1?
Exactly.
Telly one. No R.
Yeah, Teller 1. Well, I got her followed now. I'm gonna message her. We'll get you in here, Star. I got something to say on that, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. Oh, great! Now I got. Give me a sec, guys. I lost my place in this damn tabs. This is what happens when you tap too many times. When in doubt, use your keyboard. Why are we dead air, guys? Talk about your pet peeves about skin tones. Talk
Okay.
about the recent art stuff.
Okay. Here's one thing I don't get. Okay, white Latinos or Latinas are not allowed. Um,
Yeah,
essentially. That's
I
one
kind
thing.
of like I get it all the time. Like people usually assume I'm white because I'm pale looking.
Yeah, tell us your experiences about how people are mistaking you for certain things or a certain race. Because I get that sometimes too.
I don't know. It's hard to explain. Basically, people who are Hispanic and they don't think I'm Hispanic, they just talk shit about me in Spanish, and then
You just
when I
explained
feel
it.
that that I understand what they're saying, they kind of like freak out and like apologize and stuff like that.
You just explained it.
Yeah.
I can tell you how many times people mistaken me for a Filipino, Puerto Rican, Mexican, and all that jazz. Y'all don't know what I look like half the time. But for some reason, people seem to find a way to mistake me for any other race other than black. Says I got to do an Uber Eats delivery and then I will be in probably about 16 minutes. Don't tell me we're talking to you in your car. Last thing we need is to hear some crazy Uber stuff.
Actually, that would be more entertaining, like just hearing the crazy Uber stuff.
I would have her on when we talk about jobs again and weird stuff that happened at our jobs. When we hired jobs in case of you.
Yo, I'm just glad I left because it was in the hood.
Oh yeah.
Like, and already
Good
there's
on you.
like three altercation like back to back across like 3 months. So like, you
Hey,
know what?
hey, stay on topic.
Yeah.
Let's get back on topic. So here's the thing I've been really very aggravated about mostly is the fact that when they try to portray black people, they always portray them as one skin tone, and they always demand and enforce that skin tone on everybody else who decide to do other lighter skin tone blacks because they do exist,
Duh.
but they want the dark skin to be the dominant skin color
That's that.
because apparently dark skin gets overlooked a lot, which is bullshit because we got Idris Elba. He's a dark skinned motherfucker. He gets all the bitches.
And what's his name? Okay,
Morris
Wesley
Chestnut,
Snipes. Like Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes with his black ass. What era were you born in? Did you not see enough movies? Did you not watch enough music videos? 50 Cent is a dark skinned motherfucker. He black as night. All you see is eyes and teeth. Half teeth because the bitch can't even open his whole mouth all the way. You know what I'm talking about. You seen how that motherfucker rap.
Mm.
Oh, this is a challenging topic, it seems. No, I'm gonna keep talking so y'all can get some ideas of what to talk about.
And also I noticed this has something else to do with ethnicity. Is artists and not allowed to draw Asian characters with slanty eyes. You remember what happened with that whole Marvel
Yeah, that
that
bullshit.
yeah. Like you realize that's the main defining feature of being Asian, right?
That's how you supposed to draw it, anyways. It's the only way
Exactly.
you. That's the better. In fact, that's the only way to make it look authentic. Authentic.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I mean,
Have
these
you
also
seen an Asian from far away? Half the time you can't see the whites of their damn eyes.
exactly.
I mean, sure, you got Mulan. I mean, they expect us to always do the Mulan eyes, right?
Even then, they're
That's
still
not how.
clearly even then they're still clearly Asian because the skin color and the slant and
Wait,
the eye shape.
which star?
Did you not hear what I read? She was
Oh,
busy.
no. All right. I'm just asking because
Drink your coffee.
I'm sorry. This topic is just boring. I hear it on the daily. That's why.
You're a
What
minority. This
one thing
concerns you too.
Okay, one thing I want to say about the dark skin color thing is, do these people now aware we live in America and has been and black people have been bred with white people for hundreds of years within America?
Hmm.
Of
We
course,
come
of
in all
course,
flavors of color. We
of
come
course, of
from
course.
dark chocolate, light chocolate, milk chocolate, caramel,
Exactly, exactly. Of
even
course,
even crunchy cream cup, cookie cup,
of course, of
Hershey's
course.
crunchy. I'm like, we even come in freaking what you call that shit? Macadamia nut.
Of
Hell,
course.
hardly any of us come albino.
Yes, yes. See, the thing is, the only country, the only place where I will allow the all dark skinned black people is Africa. That's it. Talking about
Oh
drawing.
yeah, they want to promote that shit too a lot.
That's usually in like
That's because it
sub-Saharan
makes sense.
Africa, though. Like
And that
in
makes and,
Africa,
and
they're pale.
and then that makes sense. And that makes sense because Africa is there's no white blood mixed in. So of course they all super dark. I talk about the actual black people in West Africa. And
Yep.
I'm not talking about North Africa. I'm not talking about that with they merely brown.
And
Same as
have you noticed that they try to keep making black people even darker and darker to the point where you can barely even see their features enough? They also
mm,
are not aware of how light touches skin most of the time.
yeah, yeah.
Hell, all the time.
That one that I never heard about the dark to the point you can't see your features. I ain't get that. But the light touches their skin, that's what I don't get. Like, do you not realize how lighting works?
Mm-hmm. Cause there was it's a small incident, but there was that one incident where the Japanese a Japanese artist did the Encanto cast, which they were valid in how they portrayed the skin tone, the light tone really mostly. It's not really skin tone, it's mostly how light touches skin, so it's lighter tone. And yet they think that they whitewash these Mexican characters. The Mexican characters are portray their skin colors portrayed accurately here. You obviously have never met a Mexican, a full
N-
blood Mexican, much less a Mexican American or Mexican from Mexico. They don't look like the way how you try to portray them.
Yeah, not all. Not I know it's not all Hispanics are brown like that. Like, well, like I already know that
Well,
already.
one thing you have to understand about Hispanics is that it's not really a race; it's an ethnicity, and we've mixed. Like,
Hmm.
example,
I know. I
for
know
example,
because it's
myself, like I have like indigenous ancestry, but I it doesn't show in me because my grandpa was white, and then my dad is from Costa Rica, and there tends to be like a lot of former Spaniards that
I know.
Yeah, we know
I
your
know.
Costa Rican
Yeah,
ancestor
I know.
fucked a German one time.
Spanish blood, German blood, Irish
I
blood.
kid, I kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, somewhere in that gene pool, somebody had to fuck a white dude.
Or vice versa. Some Spanish guy just screw a white girl.
Hmm. That too.
Yeah.
Either by consensually or the non-consensual way. I mean, if it's the latter, well, yeah, yeah, that's tough shit. Tough shit. Anyways, wait your turn, Matthew. No, I'm kidding. I didn't see your comment, man. But I'm gonna jump you in anyways, because we need more voices here. I want to hear the British perspective on this one, because yeah, they push that they're pushing that same shit on British people. Bridgerton, hello. They want to black everything. Now they
No,
next thing you know,
there were no
next,
Oh
black.
yeah, that was there was a movie recently, Anne Boleyn, they made her
Yeah, I know.
oh
That's
god,
stupid.
yeah.
and the choice
You
of
know what
skin
would have been
color,
more
dark
interesting
skin,
if
so you can
they
see her amongst the white people.
They
yeah.
don't even
But
make
go,
any.
You know what would have been more interesting if they had just made like a film about like Victoria's goddaughter, like Queen Victoria
hmm
she had a goddaughter that was from Africa. Like she had an interesting story about she was rescued from like a slave ship by the British, who were the British who had a faction of the British that was against slavery. So Victoria ended up adopting her, and she became her goddaughter. So, that would have
Yeah.
been interesting. Or like basically the trade that was going on with like, because there were some black people that did come over to like Britain, and it wasn't because of slavery. It was just because of like
hmm
merchant interest. Like there could have been interesting stories if they had just dug up the history instead of like focusing on like Elizabethan era or like the War of the Roses or whatever they're focusing on.
But
They could
haven't
have
you
gone a
heard,
bit forward in
Eloise?
history.
They don't want to teach history because they don't want to hurt the feelings of the youth.
Oh, there's a bot.
I got it. Don't worry, man. I'm looking at the damn chat, man. Relax.
Okay.
Stop, stop being a Doberman for a change. Your duties, you're relieved of your duties. You can take a break. We have the Gladiator, Kayon, Matthew Flynn. Hopefully,
Welcome.
he won't bore. Excuse me. Hopefully, he won't bore Eloise since I'm boring her.
It's not that. It's just the topic is overdone. I guess like I've seen it everywhere.
You ain't never gonna be free of it.
Mhm.
You on Twitter?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, the mainstream
well, I
media
left Twitter
trying
like
as hard as they can.
barely used the Bird app.
Go ahead, Matthew. I didn't mean to cut into you. Introduce yourself.
Well, welcome, Autobots and Decepticons. My name is Matthew Flynn, the Gladiator of Kaon.
That's how you do an introduction, Fizz. If nothing else, growl like a damn bulldog or something. You know? Call yourself the Georgia Bulldog. And then Leia just got her internet back. I didn't even know she lost it.
I think she mentioned it before.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yeah, if y'all stop linking shit all over the damn place so I can catch that shit early in the damn movie chat.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't get. Okay.
Hang on, Fizz. Hold on, Fizz. We have the Leia Valor with us, Leia plus size.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Sorry I'm late, but we're having a big snowstorm up here in Michigan, and I had some internet issues, so I am I am here. So good evening
You
to
ain't
all of
missing
you.
much because we all over the place anyways. I said you ain't missing much because we all over the place anyways.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because I just read in MeWe what the topic is. Like I said, I've been offline for a while because of the storm. But
Is everything all right over there? Because like, is the electricity still running? Because I know sometimes the power gets knocked out from the blizzards.
Yeah, that's what happened here. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, it kind of took the internet kind of wonky because it's snow and ice, and I guess some of the ice kind of got heavy on the wires or something. I have no idea, but
you might have a guest on pretty soon. Just to let you know.
Oh, you say a guest? Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm already here.
You're not a guest. You're a regular.
Don't worry, regular. I've never been interacted with the guy until now.
Oh, I can't.
That don't mean shit.
Yeah.
He's been here before.
Mm-hmm.
This is your first time meeting him, but he's still a regular. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cruel to Fizz.
No,
he's like my brother for another mother.
Well, we
this
know
is how black people talk to black people.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to say
I'm ghetto trash and he's southern trash.
It's okay. We know when you say things out of love and respect. So
I like the Marlon Lawrence of this group. Let me put that into perspective. I'm like the Marlon Lawrence of this group. I just like just talk shit and still tell you one love.
There's no harm in that.
All right. Now I guess the gag is all here. How y'all doing?
The gang is definitely all here now. Yeah.
Plus one, hopefully.
Oh, okay. Is this guest someone I've worked with before, or have I met before?
It's
It'll be your
Star.
first time. Yeah, it'd be your first time meeting her. It's mostly a colleague. I'm saying like we work with her. It's an acquaintance that we've ran into a few times over at Ishi Stream.
Oh, okay. All right. That
So
should be
hopefully
fun.
she'll be with us and she'll soothe our minds with her sweet voice.
Well, looking forward to it. Okay.
Hopefully one of these days I'll get her on here so we can talk extensively about Sailor Moon more.
Oh,
Cause
okay.
she's an avid Sailor Moon. Yeah, this excludes you, motherfucker. Look at that you, Fizz. I know you don't like magical girls. Get the fuck out my damn stream. Not kidding. Why am I being aggressive to you today? It's because I'm tired, huh? And I need somebody to vent.
So, how far were you in the topic?
We're
You said
talking about how they're pushing more dark-skinned black folk in media. Obviously, just ignoring light-skinned black folk unless you. Now, this is something I really didn't point out earlier in the stream, but I definitely have to point this out. You only see light-skinned black folk in only if they're gay. They usually
Well,
use them. They only use the light-skinned black folk to. Bitch, I ain't gay. I'm married to a woman. You think I'm supposed to imprint on this faggoty motherfucker? Yeah, I'm bringing back the insensitive names here. I don't care if you two run my shit to the ground. Fuck it. Let's go. I'm taking this shit to Odyssey with a vengeance. I'm sorry, Matthew. We did bring up Bridgerton briefly.
I was just about to say that was one that comes to mind is Bridgerton, because if I may say that white women really love that guy, the guy on Bridgerton. I hope I don't offend anybody in here, but
One straight dude I know that's light skinned.
I mean, it seems to be they have really taken to. I forgot his name, but he's sort of the romantic lead of the show of Bridgerton, and
second season too.
Yeah, unfortunately, it has a second season, which I don't care because I don't watch it. All my colleagues have been trying to get me to watch it. They all get me to. They all want to get me to watch the show, but I tell them that the show is not my thing. I don't think the show is.
Sorry to interrupt. Star says she's ready. Send the message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I told you, Lois, I'm looking at the damn chat. I'm a fucking owl here.
I think I know why most black people that are gay in shows are light skinned. I think I have a theory why.
Enlighten us.
Yes,
I like
please.
to know this.
They're always up in arms.
Go ahead.
That was the.
They're up in arms to about this far.
They're always up in arms.
No?
Everybody's like,
the joke doesn't work if I have to explain it.
Well, I hope you don't explain it. No need to.
I my theory why is that they think that light skinned people don't need to breed, so therefore this their time to be gay.
I hate to add to your cast, Wolf, but the star of the not Interview with the Vampire TV show is also a light-skinned male, and his character is gay on the show.
Of course, like I said, they think that they think that people are light skinned don't need to read.
Because we get all the booty. We got the better genes anyways. Why y'all hating?
It could just be that there's a lot of gay people in Hollywood. And I guess they're self-inserting themselves or something. I don't know.
Well, here's what, Eloise, you do have a point. I think that is a point, Eloise. I think that should not be ignored. I think that is a very good point. There's a self-inserting going on. And in the case, I heard this that said this could be a theory to said that one of the writers that's working on the Lord of the Woke with the not the elf, is that because according to them in the show, he's in a forbidden love affair with a white human female, and they said that the writers said they have this forbidden fantasy about being with black men, so that's
There's
why
an
they're writing
introduction
that story.
following after Leia's statement.
We mean forbidden fantasy. White chicks get screw black men all the time.
That's what they said.
Negro, I just said there's an introduction after Leia talked.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. I was just saying one of the comments that I said, but Eloise says, well, the writer on the show said she has it's forbidden fantasies about sexual relations with
I
black
mean,
males.
yeah. Hang on, let me introduce our new friend,
Sure.
Star Storyteller, also known as Claire. Hello, Star. Chugga 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 chugga
I think she's
chugga
muted.
chugga 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 chugga, and it's the magical girl, Star Storyteller.
Hello, storyteller.
Chugga 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 chugga, and it's our girl, Star Storyteller.
Go on.
Hello.
Say something, Star.
Let me run that back again. And Star.
Oh, it's my mic. I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. But
Hey, Star. It's nice to have you here on the Wolf Commander Rambles.
oh yeah.
You know, hopefully, like I mentioned this earlier, I was like, one of these days. Okay, roll your one up now.
All right. How y'all doing tonight? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you and everything else.
Oh, everything else. I'm driving. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm trying to get back to a different part of the city because I'm out of my favorite spot to do it.
Oh.
Should I just pull over to the side because I have like an old rackety car?
Well, I don't want
Have
you
you
to
tried turning on there's some settings for the audio that you can adjust for like the mic.
Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can pull. I'm in a neighborhood, so I don't want to just be like chilling and people kind of give me weird looks and stuff. But anyway, I'm not in a bad neighborhood. I'm actually in like the more hoity-toity areas anyway, because that's where all the tips are. Anyway.
well, in the future, I hope to get you when you're not in your car to talk about the Sailor Moon.
Oh yes, definitely.
And definitely
At
talk about
least-
some weird job occurrences, because I would like to hear some spicy
know
stuff
what?
about Uber.
I have been blessed. It hasn't been too weird lately. It's been kind of boring, unfortunately. Just mostly me stressing myself out, getting lost.
Oh wow.
Okay. There was only one time where I went to one part of the city that was like people. It was like a penthouse above like Louis Vuitton, like Gucci places, and I felt like a turd in a punch bowl because it was just like, oh my gosh, I've never been anywhere this expensive in my life. So yeah, let me pull over somewhere and I can just fix this stuff. But I would say one thing I have noticed is that, especially when white girls do a lot of self-tanners, people call them blackfishing. And sometimes it gets a little silly, like Ariana, kind of like, maybe you should back off and maybe like do a lighter shade that looks silly. But I noticed that a lot. Like a lot of people discuss that, and I don't think people know for white women, when did that become popular? And it actually goes back to Coco Chanel, who was a very famous designer, but she went to like the sunny side of France and got like a really nice tan, and everybody was like, oh, you look so lively, because everyone, wanted to be very fair back in the day. But the problem when you're really fair is your varicose veins. There's other issues that come with that, especially if you don't have good foundation. So it can be like seen as very affluent. But so she came anyway. Back to where I was going with it. she ends up coming back, and she has this like nice like suntan from being on the beach, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's cool. You look nice." And so she ends up, making that popular. And I think, especially like in California, it also makes you look thinner too. That's why a lot of white women wear like tan themselves so much. It gives the illusion of looking thinner. That's why a lot of bodybuilders do that too.
I do notice that body change when they do the tanning.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, it defines everything a lot more, and also you can fudge it by like doing contour with tanner. I'm not saying I've done it before, but not bad. Like almost like bronzer. You apply the fake and bake like bronzer a little bit. It sounds weird, but it just makes it look like you've been out in the sun.
I'm just laughing at the new terminology I'm learning tonight.
Gosh. Well, it is weird that when you were talking about Asians being invisible, I was just listening to like Lotus Eaters, and they were talking about this Pakistani guy saying, "Oh, the future is Asian," but he's not talking about Chinese. He's talking about Pakistani and
like Middle Eastern kind
Middle
of.
Eastern.
yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
they
really,
seem to favor Middle Eastern a lot too.
well,
In the
I think it's because they tend to be slightly darker than other Asians.
I know, and they're
No.
different. I don't. So why do they call it that?
Although Indians tend to be like very dark as well.
Don't crisscross
know.
each other, guys. Don't crisscross.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Claire. Or
So
I call
why
it sorry.
are they called Asian? I don't understand why the British make that distinction.
Could I?
I'm sure Matthew has an answer for that, but go ahead, Eloise first. Go first.
I heard it was because of you know how we do census here, like they need to fudge up the numbers for like the statistics, and also because they don't want to single out a specific group for like the amount of crime going on in Europe or in
Rotherham.
Oh, they don't want a racial profile. I get it.
Oh, because that would just be too awkward about Rotherham and other places, especially with English girls. Sorry.
Well, I call it the ugly truth. But Matthew, do you have anything to add to that?
What about the Asians and that sort of thing?
In Pakistani, what's the correlation there? Why are they called Asians when they're not Asian? When they don't have slant eyes and they don't speak their R's with their L's?
I think it's because they're like the region of the world they're in is like close to the Asia. You know, like how that whole all of the Asian countries there, like that whole area is like considered like I think if you go include like that and then Europe, it'll be called. Most of the time, it's called Eurasia.
Yeah, but the thing with the Middle East is that it's in between Asia and Africa.
So,
and the North Africans look just like the Middle Easterns.
Oh, where are my manners? By the way, Star, you have never met Leia plus size, have you? In the flesh, I mean.
Oh, not in the flesh. No, I've heard her before because I've crashed into some of your stuff. The Matrix. The first time I heard all your guys. Actually, I subscribed, but I hadn't like actually listened to your stuff yet. Sorry, that sounds awkward to say. Oh boy.
I get that all the time. Don't worry. You're not offending me.
I'm just pushing your subscriber account up.
Thank you. But Leia, star storyteller for whom we know from Ishi streams.
Hi, Claire. Nice to meet you here in the stream. Or Star.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Glad to have you here, that you could join us.
Of course, Matthew, you probably never met Star, so Matthew and Star, say hello to each other.
Hello.
Nice to meet you too.
And hello, Star.
Negro, you know her.
Oh,
how are you? You degenerates.
And of course, you already met Eloise, Star.
I don't think I've ever met her before. I mean, I've seen her in the thing, but not in the what's it called?
That technically counts.
Yeah, but it's different from interacting. I can't type for crap, so this is much easier for me.
Cool. But yeah, so yeah, you've seen Eloise and Ishi streams, and yeah, say hello, Eloise again.
Hello.
Hello, Eloise.
Now you know what we sound like when we type our statements in Ishi stream. That's supposed to be funny, but okay.
Well, this time, hopefully, I don't accidentally block someone like last time. Oh, I was mortified.
Oh my goodness.
Don't
I
worry.
cannot imagine.
It happens. It happened to me once too.
Eloise, didn't you say you wanted to be an Uber driver?
Oh, I thought she meant like on the stream, like the. Oh wait, no. Sorry, you changed topics. Sorry.
No, we're not changing no damn topics. We're sidetracking.
Yeah, I mentioned once I wanted to either be a Lyft driver or an Uber driver.
Which is best?
I would say, for safety, as a lady, I'm sorry, I'm very pragmatic this way. Uber Eats is better. You don't have to deal with people. You can sometimes deal with some Karens, but not that bad. By comparison, I feel like it's safer because with Uber Eats, you're just delivering food. So if you're used to that, it depends. Like, I tend to prefer more suburban area personally. But yeah, I would say for safety wise, especially if you pick where you can go, you can do that, which is nice. Like, I put mine on pause because my phone can't do this and everything else at once. Oh, but I like it because it's very flexible. If I need to go do something else because my son's crying and my parents are like, "Can you come home, please?" I can just be home and not worry about it.
By the way, Star, if you have to dip out on the stream at any given moment, just let us know.
Okay.
Like you don't have to stay that long.
Right. So I know you're saying kind of stay on topic. I think. Well, what I was saying with what the guy actually was saying was the future is Asian, but he was basically saying, but Chinese don't count because they're too used to living under Chinese rule, basically. And I just was like, dude, if a white guy wrote that shit, they would be in so much trouble. Oh, sorry, I probably shouldn't swear.
No, it's free for all. This is
I know
free speech here.
Well,
just watch your GDs.
Yeah.
Just watch your GDs, and if you don't know what that means, I'm
Yeah.
gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna sacrifice myself to Mapacelli. Goddamn.
Oh no! I won't do that.
Right.
I'm not into that.
Right. Just saying. Just watch your GDs and watch your GD limit if you let it slip. Keep in mind.
I'll definitely. No, I'm not. I'm like I said. I'd rather get that fixed. If I can avoid, personally, I really should. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right on the money on that one. If a white man said, yeah, he'd be crucified. The one skin color that they really scorn, pale, and an absence of color, as the dictionary describes white.
Because these woke people describe being white as a lack automatically, because but it is racist. Again, like they say, white people don't have a culture. Yes, they do. They live in isolation for thousands of years. Of course, they have to have a culture.
Yeah, just look at Europe.
Exactly. You
Well,
gotta have
Multiple
both
different
different
languages,
cultures.
different cultures. They might not all be like the exact same tone of white, but they're generally the same tone.
When you really break it down to it, it's like they're really trying to turn white people into subhuman, complete subhuman.
I mean, I am a monkey, so.
Oh,
Negro, you are Autobot. You're a Cybertronian.
An Autobot monkey.
Well, I didn't know you were a Maximo. Okay,
What is this?
now I need to update that information now.
If I may come in, Wolf, I think all of you really have a point. Wolf, you have a point. You and Fizz definitely, and Gladiator Matthew, excuse me, definitely do have a point. I think with the woke ideology, and idealism that is going on in our culture right now, they are perpetuating that white or Caucasian or Anglo-Saxon culture has no rich history. It is still very much
Keep talking.
Child of Flowers comment was
Don't
interesting.
watch the birdie. Keep talking.
Okay. That they seem to claim that there is no culture in that. They feel Anglo-Saxon culture, white culture is not a culture. Therefore, they are they're trying to erase that. It seems like they're trying to create some sort of color genocide through entertainment. That's what I'm seeing, because the franchises,
and alteration of history as well.
Yes.
Don't jump in, guys. Let her speak.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. They're trying to get rid of Anglo-Saxon or Caucasian history because they don't respect it or see it as such. That is why when they're going after these franchises that are very popular, from Marvel to Star Trek to just about everything, to Star Wars, just about everything, because they feel they don't respect it anymore, or they're hating it. And it's still, what I'm trying to say is, it is still a culture. It is still a very rich culture. It is still a culture filled with wonderful stories and people. Every culture has its good side. Every culture has its bad side. And right now they're trying to create this genocide through entertainment because they feel that it's this culture that caused, again, I'm going to go back to the election of 2016, that caused a certain person to be elected. They have reason for them. No, we know that's not true, but in their mind, their reasoning is, this is the reason why a certain person got the election that he did. Because a lot of these activists,
Where was that shit then with
campaign,
Reagan?
yes,
Or Nixon? Or
good question. Yes,
FDR?
yeah. See, that's why I don't understand why they're in there now. Because well, if I think that before that, I don't like to get political, but it's the only thing I
Negro, you
see.
had your chance with Obama. He fucked up. Deal with it.
Well, Obama, but he did endorse or regulate. He did make gay marriage legal in America. So that
And
is
we
when,
supposed to be happy for that, right? Why
right?
y'all bitching that we got an orange man up there at that time?
Because
Negro made ways for you motherfuckers, and y'all still mad.
I agree, because they felt that even when Obama was elected, everybody thought that, yes, racism is finally gone in the United States, and that's
It's
not.
back in. We got orange man in the house.
Yes, these people did not do what we told them to do. I'm speaking of the activists here. They didn't do what we told them to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take everything away from them. So by the time it's the next election, and when some of the youth that are younger, who they like to go after, are of age to vote, you will do what we want you to do. And that is, you're going to put in who we want you to put in and have the power about. But again, it goes back to, this is revenge. This is not about, this is that's why I don't like those words, diversity
Everything
and
to
inclusion.
what they're doing so far, even if it's towards their own race, is out of vengeance.
Yes.
I think that they're projecting a lot, especially about the whole culture thing, because they're trying to make their own, the quasi culture that they've come up with in like higher academia as like a culture for everyone, but it's not. It's made up and it's fabricated, and then they're trying to push it on everybody else, and it's not working because something that's fabricated, just fabricated without any real sense of self, because they're collectivists and things like that. It can't sustain itself. So, and I think what's ironic about it is all the subcultures that they've destroyed. Like, there have been contributions by people who weren't white, and then they've essentially destroyed those contributions as well, because I think what they forget about a lot of stuff is that the overall American culture, like, everybody has contributed, and it's all blended in together, and they forget that and that's why it's ironic how they're destroying all the progress that was made, and then now we're all regressing, and I think that's really sad.
Terms?
Yeah, Eloise. Oh, Wolf, go ahead.
You really want me to put it in simplest terms? Bitches mad they ain't got shit to do now because all these motherfuckers did everything for them.
I agree. I agree. And I also very much agree with Eloise. A lot of this is, I was going to say that a lot of this, Eloise, they don't know their history. They see the progression that has been
Nobody's
made.
teaching it either. That's the sad part about it.
Yeah, they think
and
that.
neither are the parents. And if the parents are teaching it, they're teaching them false history or exaggerated version of that false history.
You are absolutely correct. They are so blind. So, because when they say that we've never had black heroes or black or gay strong gay characters or strong females, they do not know their history. They only know their history from the year of their birth. They don't know everything that came before that. They don't know that, yes, we've come from terrible, terrible times. When you look at the 60s and you have the civil rights movement, or in the 1950s when you did have civil rights, was you had segregation. There was a time, yes, that we were segregation, and a lot of this I know from the stories that my parents told because they grew up during that time, and they told me many stories about how it was in the late 50s to early 60s. But they don't realize how far we have come from then. Is it perfect? No, but we're way better than we were 20, 30, or 40 years ago. But they can't see that. They only see 2016 and the year of their birth, and that's where they stopped. And it's for the very reasons that Wolf just said. They're not teaching it in schools. They're not teaching it. They're too busy teaching critical race theory instead of teaching accurate history. When you try to erase history like they're trying to do, and see, this is why I don't like a lot of shows like Bridgerton or these other shows where they fabricate that Black people were not second-class citizens one time. You did erase why the civil rights movement was so important. Because if you portray everything else as, well, Black people never had to worry about this, then the movement of the 60s with Martin Luther King, with Rosa Parks, with Malcolm X, with all these famous faces, you're killing all of that. The purpose of the future is to know that is so that you learned from it. You learn from it so that you don't repeat it. But when you kill it,
same with tearing down the statues.
Absolutely, I agree, Matthew. But when you try to destroy that, or you try to set up this false narrative that Black people have never had to struggle, you're killing all of that. You're not sending the right message. You have to learn from the evil so that you don't become the evil and you don't repeat it. And that's
that's a contradiction, isn't it? It's like teaching Black people that they have no struggles, but for them to act, but for their narrative to work, they have to also still be considered victims. So it's not a contradiction.
Not to mention, the Dama Hayes show that's coming out.
Pump the damn brakes, guys. Claire, you were saying something?
I thought I was talking over somebody. But I think
you're talking at a distance, girl.
There was a statue. I forget where on the East Coast, but it was actually of the free Black man with Lincoln, and it was him
the Emancipation.
And everybody was all pissed because it looked like the slave was being subservient. And what they didn't know is that statue was actually commissioned from free Black slaves, and it was like they were honoring what Lincoln had done, and because they viewed it from this modern thing of he's being the white savior, blah 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 blah, and it's like, no, they wanted to honor Lincoln for what he did. And granted, his own issues. Let's not beat about the bush. But who didn't back then? He really got the total shaft, historically speaking, and being an abolitionist and everything, even though he fought for the South. But anyway,
that's the history they don't teach in the books. But yeah, some just a quick disclaimer: some of our famous leaders are not the saints that books try to behold them to at times, but we'll cross that bridge when I conclude this month, because I'm thinking about making a stream called "Why I'm Not Celebrating Black History," or I'm probably going to tell it I don't want a Black History anymore.
That's an interesting topic. I would like to hear that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, Eloise, go ahead and get on
It's
what you're
called
saying.
the Emancipation Statue. Yeah. It was commissioned, I think, by Douglas. I forgot his name
Frederick
again.
Douglass.
Yeah, Frederick Douglass and a
Say
group
his
of.
name again. Frederick Douglass.
It was commissioned by Frederick Douglass and freed the freed black people who were living in Washington D.C. at the time, and it was basically a thank you gesture from the people, from people who were once enslaved. It was a thank you gesture towards Lincoln, because at the time they were making they were saying that black people hadn't contributed like something during that time period. So Frederick Douglass went out of his way to thank Lincoln as a way to contribute like a memorial or something like that. And yeah, when that was happening about the Emancipation Statue in DC, like I remember seeing videos and things like that, and I remember that there was this video of this. There were a bunch of people who actually knew about the history about the statue, and they ended up getting into fights with. They ended up clashing with BLM, and that's the reason why there was a barrier erected around that statue.
Good. That's real good.
Yes, that is. I don't know.
We need something to be still
Yes.
standing in this damn country by several years later. Shit, because I'm really getting so tired of them pulling down statues and shit. That's art, motherfucker. Don't tear down art. No matter what you think it is.
That's revenge. You're right. Well, if I agree
What
with
next?
you,
You gonna
and
try?
Eloise,
You think you're gonna turn down the Lincoln Monument now, or that big stick up in the air made of stone? Because apparently you heard from Spider-Man, from Michelle Jane Watson, talking about something that was building the blacks of slaves. Fuck you. I Have a Dream was spoken at that damn monument. Built on the backs of... Bitch, a black dude spoke there. Did you forget that?
And he helped in segregation.
Again, look, say what you will about MLK. There's a lot to say. You can say whatever you want, and it ain't gonna affect me none. But what I'm saying is, he still made history. Okay, he still made history. Let's not forget that.
I would say the problem usually with Black History Month is it's usually focuses on the 1960s. It doesn't really go back to the people who really made America great from before then. At least that's what I get.
Not to mention they don't talk about black people. Great black people accomplish great things over the course of existence. They just talk about civil rights movement onward.
You know how long it took for us to get a Harriet movie? And even then, I did not see that movie. Because that's
Not to
bullshit
mention,
how they portrayed her in the movie. They made her... Hang on, Fizz. In the trailers that I saw her in, they made her out to be like this super action-y person. Even the fucking poster tried to make her look like she's one of those action movie stars. They fucking copied that one poster with the guy with the gun behind his back, with his arms crossed behind. I'm like, that's not General Tubman. She never participated in any war or any fight when she was leading slaves through the Underground Railroad. Yes, she had a gun in her hand.
She was a stealth artist.
Repeat that.
She was a stealth artist.
Exactly. In fact, Assassin's Creed should have made her a fucking assassin. Since when they were doing America in the previous two games, girl, I'm talking about Harriet.
I know.
No, child. What movie you talking about? Harriet. Oh, yeah. They don't even give her a full name. They just give her first name. Bitch, it's Harriet Tubman.
What they did, I didn't like that movie either, Commander.
You
And the
actually
reason
watched it?
I didn't, but I didn't bother to watch. I meant to say I did not watch. I didn't want to watch it, but my sister watched it, and my nephew had watched it and told me. My sister said it was a mess because it tried to portray Harriet as Wonder Woman. It didn't really tell. It didn't really tell the story. It was wokeified. That's basically what it was. It was they wokeified her instead of just telling the story of what she did. They tried to turn her into some sort of superwoman, and not really. It just didn't tell the story of what it was or what Harriet Tubman, who she was supposed to be. It was more about turning her into a superhero and wokeifying it. So they took something that was already a good story, but they felt it wasn't good enough. And when you do that, that tells me you don't have faith in the story. They wanted to go even more further. They wanted to make it.
They even forgot her scar.
Yes, yeah. They just showed her just shooting white guys, shoot the slaves,
Well,
kill
next,
the white men.
Troop gonna be running at the speed of light and time traveling to 1960s America.
They may try that. They may try that. It was made by people who did not believe in the story. They just used her story to push a narrative. So you didn't need to do it because the story was right there, but they didn't.
They're doing the same thing with this new Dahomey TV show. Oh my god, they made a super woke Dahomey. You know what Dahomey was?
Please explain.
That was a country that lasted from 1600 to 1905. It was built in a country in Africa. It was built entirely on slavery. Basically, a tribe of a tribe of black people, sold slaves. A tribe in Africa, found an entire country based off kidnapping slaves and selling them to America for money. That's how the country's entire economy worked. It collapsed in 1905. Because after slavery ended, the country struggled financially. But the slavery, but they did go ignore that. Instead, they could make a TV show about John Boyega portrayed as a good king, and it would have the all female the police as action heroes. The all female police force was not action heroes in real life. The only reason why they were successful was because
Claire, mute your mic real quick. We're catching your background noise.
The only reason why the all female police force worked in Dahomey was that there's all the king's wives, and when anybody who touches the king's wives gets killed. So
we're talking about scantons, and we giving a history lesson.
So the people could so the criminals couldn't do anything. So but they're trying to glamorize that and make the Dahomey seem like it was the greatest country on the planet Earth. Like it's a country built on slavery. What the hell? Literally built on slavery. That's the whole stick.
I remember that show, child, and I remember that episode too. She said, Adventures from the Book of Virtue, a show where two kids are given lessons by a talking buffalo, tells the suspenseful story of Harriet Tubman freeing a family to Canada under 8 minutes. 8 minutes!
I remember that too, Child of Flowers. Yeah.
Never seen that show.
You should check it out. It's pretty good.
And to go even further back, the late, her name slips my mind that quick.
Anita, Aretha Franklin?
Not Aretha Franklin, but
I can say all I want to say about freaking Respect and how they miscolored my girl Aretha Franklin. Mm-hmm. That bitch was not that dark.
That movie was that movie. Oh, it was Cicely Tyson who I was going to talk about. I'm just going to mention Cicely Tyson did a movie called A Woman Called Moses. If anybody's out there able to find it, please watch it. That is the true story of Harriet Tubman. Originally, when it aired, when I was a child, since I'm the mature one here, but when I was a little girl, it aired on television for 2 nights. And me and my whole family sat around and watched it. And it told the true, honest story of Harriet Tubman. Cicely Tyson was nominated for an Emmy and very rightly so deserved it, because it is the right way to tell the story of Harriet Tubman, the right way. We watched it at home and we watched it in school, and it was used as a teaching tool as well. So if you can find A Woman Called Moses, I suggest everybody check that out. Don't worry about the date, the year it came out. The story is it transcends time.
I'm looking at pictures of Aretha Franklin right now. That bitch was not that dark.
Well, you know what, Wolf? That whole film is not good. Casting, I did not like. Put aside the color, I did not like Jennifer Hudson as Aretha Franklin. I thought that was a miscast. I still stand by that. My mom still stands by that, because my mom and dad are big Aretha Franklin fans. Saw her in concert.
She don't even look like her.
Saw her in concert. My mother was a big, and said to me, my mother saw the movie and said, that was not Aretha Franklin. That wasn't. You're right. And she said, that's not Aretha Franklin. She doesn't even look like Aretha Franklin. She doesn't sound like Aretha Franklin. None of that was about her life. And my mother was a diehard Aretha Franklin fan. So she was looking forward to that movie. But then she just said, oh, my God, that was so bad. She said, who wrote that? Because that was terrible. She said that wasn't, the music was bad. The singing was bad. And then she said Jennifer Hudson was not, she's like what you just said. Yeah. If you look at her, she wasn't that dark.
I'm about to pop up some pictures right now. Some of them are black and white. I want to catch the ones when she was in her prime.
Mm-hmm.
She looked good. Well, she looked good old, but I want to get her in her prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like the 60s, early 60s to early 70s, 60s to 70s. Yeah.
But yes, to me,
my mother adored her. Her music. What song? There was a song that was played at my parents' wedding. Was it? I can't remember the song.
I need to get by.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Need to get by. I need to get by. As long as you got me, you know you got me. Oh. As long as you bring that RSPTO. Like sweet morning dew. I can't even think. I'm too hungry. I can't even. I'm not even. It was funny. I'm not even using the lyrics this time to cheat.
You're trying to.
So you notice a lot of like black people biopics. I'm sorry to say black people, but like
no, say it. That's our true name, not no damn POC.
Okay. Don't get mad at me. Okay?
No. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying to just clarify, we ain't no damn POC either.
But in a lot of these biography movies, you notice that they tend to cast people who are more darker than the real historical person sometimes.
Yep. Because it's better to see them.
Do you guys think? Because this goes back to the topic you have for the evening. I think it's back to that woke ideology. I just think the woke people feel darker skinned people need help.
Mm-hmm. They want to separate us from light skin.
Yeah.
See, this is Aretha. This is Aretha right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there she is.
Is that the same person?
Nope.
I don't think that's the same person either. But let's just stick with the with this one. This is Aretha, okay? Did she look anything like that in the movie?
My mother says no.
I saw the end of the movie, and they had the audacity to show the real Aretha Franklin performing on stage. I'm like, yeah, you told a lie from the beginning all the way to the end. She looked nothing like that in the beginning of this damn movie. You make it seem like she lightened her skin by the year's age. That's horrible portrayal right there. Horrible portrayal.
Maybe she got whatever Michael Jackson got.
Ain't no way in hell she gonna get that. What I'm saying is the bitch playing her was darker skin, and then you get to the ending where she's performing that petite piano singer right on stage, and she light skinned as all hell, right? You make it seem like she lightened her skin over the years. That's horrible. Like that's a flub right there. If I ever seen one, I'm mad. Let me cheer you guys up.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That is something that's you and Claire both
Picked
have
up on.
picked up on, and I've noticed it. And I think again, it goes back to this woke ideology. They feel we black people need help, especially the darker skinned black people. They need encouragements. You know what? Let's kick all the light skinned.
Michael Clark Dunn got married. He still had 5 bitches under his arms.
When I was growing up, I idolized Naomi Campbell, and Naomi Campbell was probably the first dark supermodel that I ever saw in the 80s on all the magazines, and a beautiful dark-skinned woman. And highly paid, highly valued in all the fashion shows. And we were proud of that just in there. So, you know.
Yeah, I'll read that for you guys. So Charles says, there's that one actress recently who had to apologize taking roles away from dark-skinned black actresses, saying that she had white privilege. Fuck off with that shit.
Yeah,
There's
that was
a lot of that in Hollywood.
That was what was her name? I'm forgetting everybody's name tonight. The one that was in Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, the black lady. Who was that?
I have no idea.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know which Mission Impossible movie?
Mission Impossible 2. She played Naya.
You talking about Thandie Newton?
Yeah, Thandie Newton. Yeah, thank you.
Tandy, I think you pronounce it Tandy, but I always pronounce it Thandie.
Yeah, I thought it was Thandie too. Thandie, whatever. I know what.
Keep going.
Yep, child. I heard about that and I laughed. I could not believe what I just saw. She made a video apologizing to all the dark-skinned actors for taking their parts away. I'm like, what?
I'll have to brace real quick on that one. Let me shed some light on that one, because I'm really getting tired of this whole bullshit about stealing roles from other people. You didn't steal no role from nobody. Were you in the same room when they auditioned? I don't think that was a steal. I don't think you know. I think you forgot what how an audition works. You are the pick of the fucking litter.
Or so you're not as well known, and you're a good budget move. That's one thing to consider as well.
Put it like this. Let me make this analogy. So if I'm buying a puppy from a litter, am I stealing a puppy from the other puppies? Does that mean I gotta buy all the other puppies too to make them feel valid? Or a kitten? Am I still a kitten from a litter that can basically go everywhere the fuck they want to go? Because cats go every damn where.
Oh yeah, it's house privilege. It's you're stealing the cat's house privileges.
That's what I'm saying. I always like to compare people to animals. That's what I do when I make these statements, right? I like to compare people with animals, because they seem to like to do that with us, or they like to do that with all kind of shit with their bullshit statements, right? So let me use my bullshit statement too. I'm like that's what I'm saying. Like, am I stealing a tiger from Africa from another tiger that's in Africa, India, Asia. Let's go with Asia, because these motherfuckers are all over the place in that area too. Either way, am I stealing one tiger from another tiger that they getting picked? Am I stealing an elephant when I buy an elephant from Africa or Asia? Am I stealing? Is that elephant stealing a role from an Asian elephant if I bought an African elephant as a pet?
Was a mount. See,
you want something to add to that, Fizz and Matt?
Oh
no, I can't add.
Wait,
I was going to make a Michael Jackson joke, considering you're talking about buying all varied animals.
Go ahead and make that joke.
Wait,
I didn't actually come up with one. I was just like, that idea was on my brain when you were talking.
Go ahead, Eloise.
I'm not really sure which actor you guys are talking about, but I do remember seeing on Twitter that there were some people making a fuss.
Were they irate about it?
No, there was. You guys know the actress who played Namira Sand in Game of Thrones?
Miss Sunday?
No, Namira Sand, like during the Dornish arc.
Oh, you talking about that short bitch?
Yeah, Namira Sand, like.
Short hair?
Damn.
Eloise,
Just
you gotta help
Google
me
it.
out here. I don't know which one.
I wasn't
Just
a big
go.
Game of Thrones watcher, so
Look.
There was the actress who played Namira Sand. She got another role, for another series, and people were angry that
Colleen
she.
Wing.
Yeah, people were angry that she got the role, and then they were saying, "Oh, that the actress stole the role for somebody else because from a black person because you know they were lighter or something like that." That's the
Look,
fuss they were
man,
making.
I'm really getting sick and tired of this
Wait,
whole.
wait, 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 wait. Let me finish. But
Go
to
ahead.
me, it did not make sense what they were saying because in the books, Namira Sand is a pale person, and
Once you're done, I'll explain where
if
that shit really is coming from. Where it's really coming from. I'll tell you
yeah.
I'll tell
So
this whole panel right now. I'll tell this whole chat right now.
wait. Let me finish. Okay, so
Yeah.
in the books, Namira Sand is a pale person. She takes after her mother, who was pale. I think I'm not really sure. I think her mother was from like I'm trying to remember. Her mother was from Lies. No, her mother was from Lies in
Lease.
Game of Lease. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Okay, so in Game of Thrones, there's a city called Lease, and the people there are of Valyrian descent, so they're basically pale. They look similar to like the Targaryens, where they're pale, have silver hair, things like that. So Namira Sand, she looks pale like that. And the reason she has dark hair and stuff like that is those are the aspects she takes after her Dornish father. So that's why she looks like that. And to me, it didn't make sense. If they wanted to cast that person, the other person who they're saying, oh, she stole the role from, they could have casted that person as one of the other sisters, one of the other Sand Snakes, Sorella Sand, whose mother is from like the Summer Islands. And the Summer Islands is basically like they're dark-skinned people that is basically Martin's version of Africa. So African. So they could have just, and you know what doesn't make sense? Like they could have done that and they could have given us more going on in like the Citadel, because the Citadel, Sorella Sand is pretending to be a man in the Citadel, like a master for training, and she's there with Marwyn, and they messed up the entire Citadel arc, where she is a student under Marwyn the Mage, and yeah, that's canon accurate. It's canon accurate. That's what she's supposed to look like.
Colleen Wing from Iron Fist, by the way, for those who don't know.
Yeah, so that's what Namira Sand is supposed to look like. That's canon accurate to the books. Like they could have.
The bitch is Asian. Ain't she supposed to be your protected POC?
Wait, she's Asian?
Last time I checked.
Again, Asians don't count.
Yeah, true, but she's Colleen Wing. Y'all got a problem with her now? What the fuck she do now?
But it was over the casting that they wanted, like that. I don't know.
I don't think they fucking read the book.
Yeah, they didn't. And like, I was like, if they wanted some like one of the Sand Snakes, like if that woman could have gotten the other casting for like if the writers had actually decided to like bother reading the books.
Her name is Jessica Henwick. I don't know what the fuck to place that. Is it Irish, Scottish, or some shit like that?
But like I was saying, they messed up like the 7th season, like with Sam and everything. They could have given the Citadel art, and they could have given us Marwyn the Maze, Sorella Sand pretending to be a guy, and then
they didn't
they didn't.
It's a fucking show.
They did need. it was important. It's because like the writer is like D&D messed up and they didn't read
We can go
the
all
books.
day about this. Let's keep going.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like the whole complaint was nonsensical because like the casting was canon accurate, and if they really wanted to cast the other person, they could have gotten her to play Sorella Sand, who they wrote out of the show. Like they
There's a
didn't
lot of
include
characters
that.
wrote out.
Yeah,
A
so like,
lot.
but that one character and Marwyn as well, like they were critical to like Sam's arc. That's why Sam's arc in like the show sucks. There was more going on in the Citadel than, cleaning shit from like where they use the bathroom. Because like that's the only thing anybody ever remembers from the Citadel.
You finished?
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me explain what this whole stealing shit is coming from. And it's going back to what Leia said, and this is really what they're just leeching off of, which is the past. So you know how you heard old black folk always be telling them stories of how the Mexicans are always stealing the jobs. What
and
jobs?
Asians as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We always find the uphill battle with Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, and Asians, and mostly white people. But when every time I heard that fucking statement from every fucking black person out here, if I had a nickel for that shit, you know the rest of that damn joke. But still, I'm like, every time I hear that shit, I'm like, so you want a leaf blow? You want to dig a ditch? You want to work at a nursing home?
Yeah, these are jobs that black people, for some reason, do not choose not to do. So
And
who
yet
else
they
gonna do it?
complain that they are stealing the jobs that the black people don't even fucking want.
Well, actually, the Nigerians are stealing all the nursing home jobs, but we won't talk about that, I suppose.
Point still stands. They're working the jobs that the black folk don't even want, and they claim that they're stealing all the damn jobs.
But they don't talk about that.
Yeah, they don't, and they don't even want to talk about how most of the time I see you motherfuckers is at a fucking churches. At least one of you motherfuckers. Majority I see is either Mexicans or Asians. Asians running a damn chicken joint. Ain't that fucking embarrassing? Not saying that every black person needs to run a damn chicken joint to further the damn stereotype, but damn it, when I hear y'all talking about somebody's taking all the jobs, nigga, why didn't you open up your own chicken joint?
I love eating fried chicken so much. At least I assume.
Why don't you cook it for other black folk in your neck of the woods?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends where the issues are, especially if you've got a lot of taxes and other things that like push out a lot of that entrepreneurial spirit. So then you have to go somewhere else or other stuff like that. That's not very good. But also, like, we used to have a lot of infrastructure where people used to be able to manufacture our own stuff, but we moved that all to China. So that's where a lot of the jobs were.
Yeah, thanks Bill Clinton for that.
I
And
did
now
not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh God.
So I don't think you'll remember that motherfucker of.
Well, there was two to tango in that particular incident.
And Governor,
it was
screw your freedom. I'm not supposed to listen to you. You ain't even faithful to your own wife, fucker.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna make me want to get rid of my damn Terminator 2 special edition after hearing him say that shit. I was like, man, fighting urge to throw away T2 special edition that I bought from a pawn shop. That showcase all the deleted scenes in one movie. You know how beautiful that thing was in mint condition at a pawn shop too, and I enjoyed every freaking extra minute that thing had too. Now he make me want to throw it out the damn window. After hearing, screw your freedom.
Oh, yeah.
Easy for you to say that. You behind a fucking camera in your own fucking condo. You make me not want to work out no more. Be a fat man. You used to be my inspiration to work out. Among other people. But you were the first.
Well, the
Not
problem is
fucking-
he's way too Austrian to begin with. He went back.
Oh man, he relapsed hard.
I don't think he ever should have been governor in the first place. I
I
think
didn't
I'm
vote for the
sorry.
motherfucker, but I
didn't
damn
either.
sure wish I was the one who threw that egg.
I
These days,
thought- Mhm.
I would have aimed higher. The person went for body shot. I would have aimed higher. See how trigger he would get.
Yeah, I think that he never should have been governor in the first place. He should have stuck to being in the movie business. If he really wanted to contribute back to America for giving him the opportunity to be a star, do it in the movie business. All these actors, that's the problem now. All these actors now want to be politicians or activists, as Gary Finney-Roddick liked to call
Yeah,
it.
Kanye West trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, they're not politicians. They're
I
delusional
don't care. He
about
took
it.
my horn. I ain't voting for the motherfucker either.
I don't think he ever
I
should
ain't voting for Yeezus.
I don't think he should run either at all. I think that they should no. They're dreaming about it, but it's much more difficult to be the leader of a nation or country or state or city than you might think. It's more than just giving up and giving speeches, impassionate speeches. There's a lot that goes with it, and
Motherfucker
they
gonna
don't see
be
that
walking
side.
across that damn White House. I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it, doing it better than anybody you ever see do it. Screams for the heads, got nice ring to it. Like, yeah, we made a mistake.
Yeah, you think?
I would say we already made one,
Be
Mr.
driving that
Biden.
little, you don't hear hey, oh.
Look on the bright side. At least we don't have Justin Trudeau as a president.
Oh, don't even get me started. You mean Castro's bastard?
Yo, like I'm starting to think that's real. I'm starting to think that's really is real. It makes a lot of sense.
No, we all know who's gonna be the real. We all know who's gonna be the real emperor and come about 2 years from now. That bitch Harris.
Yeah, I know. See, I mean,
Oh,
Either
I
God.
mean, Joe Biden
Either
already
her-
George Lucas dummy, essentially.
Yeah.
Either
I
her or Hillary, because they still want that crusty bitch up in the office
They
for some reason.
still gonna.
I don't know.
That stale ass fucking white cracker. Yeah, I said it.
Oh no.
Mm-mm. She,
Yeah, a crumbling cracker.
yes.
And I mean that in the literal
she
term, not the
likely
racist
is.
term. That bitch got coochie cobwebs, and you want her on office. She ain't fertile enough anymore. She ain't got no heirs.
I think that's why Bill. Actually, no, I'm not making that joke.
No, go ahead and make that joke. You're British. You're fine.
Go ahead.
It's legal. It's legal over there in Britain.
Actually, no.
Maybe that's why Bill was more interested in other women, other younger women.
Well, he did get with a Jewish woman, didn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say to Matthew, you have the wonderful Meghan Markle to deal with
Oh,
yourself.
God damn it.
No, she moved over here. No, they sent her over here.
I'm pretty sure her and Harry went to
I'm-
Canada, didn't they?
Oh, speaking of light skin, or someone who makes a big, huge deal about how white she is, and people are like, wait, she's black.
Let it flow through you, Claire. Let it flow through you. Lay it on us.
I mean, she made such a big bones about, oh my goodness, they were gonna think Archie is gonna be so white, and the kid comes out and the kid is a friggin' ginger. I'm like, yeah, sure. Honey, I think there's a thing I've noticed, like with some very light-skinned black girls, is they really, really play up the fact that, oh, I'm super black. I swear I'm black. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we can kind of like, because usually they'll have textured hair and other things. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
That's
and it's
cute.
just, but then it's like they make a huge
No, I mean that
deal
sarcastically.
about it. And they just like, okay, chill, we get it.
Them light skinned bitches got an identity crisis going on. They need to fix that.
Oh,
They do. Claire makes a good point that
I ain't never looked at myself in the mirror and think, oh yeah, I'm black.
Me neither.
But then again, I'm a dude. I'm not that insecure about my skin tone.
I've never said it either. I've always said, well, I'm assuming people with 2 eyes can see I'm black. I don't think I need to come in with
I mean, I mentioned earlier people mistake me for Mexican and Filipino, but I mean, shit. I hang around with them too much. Obviously, I'm sorry.
Well,
Eventually, I'll start blending in with them.
My brother-in-law, he is Cuban Chilean, but he has monolids, and a lot of people think he's Chinese or Japanese because he has a monolid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's actually some history about that. Like the Japanese.
Oh, here we go.
The Japanese traveled to like Brazilian, like where where Brazil and whatchamacallit, Chile meet, or like they were basically around South America. So that might be why. And there's also a lot of Chinese moving there too now.
But he has a German last name, so I don't know. It can. It's so interesting. I think people are assuming like when all the races mix up, they're gonna be all like.
Why you fight your mic?
Oh, are you okay?
I think that might be my mic. Hold on, let me mute for a moment and see if that.
Yeah, it's all staggy. You sound like you wrestling with it.
It is your mic, unfortunately. But they think that we're gonna turn into like this big beige mess when in reality, genetics aren't like that. Different genes turn on and off. I mean, I've seen like twins where they have a black and a white parent, and sometimes the twin is like fraternal or even identical, and they end up looking like one is black passing, one is white passing, and it's just recessive genes that turn on and off.
Those made up terms: black passing, black fish, and white passing, white fish, and blackness, whiteness, coolness. Soon they're gonna call it coolness, selloutness, and grifterness. You know how they now come to call black people that tell the truth on their damn stream grifters now. They just make it up all kind of words just to other us, man. I swear, it's like, damn, othering people is just so simple for these guys. They just like, you need to spend all that creativity to learn your fucking history and get your head on straight and do something with your damn life for your damn community, not for your damn self. Last time I checked, black people was always talking about, I'm giving back to the community. Well, we're still waiting. We've been waiting for that for many years, LeBron.
I mean, the question is, what do you do about it when it's like this sort of thing is so ingrained, like at so many levels, and with people from such a young age as well?
Well, that's what Matthew. That's what they're going after. They want to ingrain it into the youth. They want to ingrain that into them. So
I mean, the BBC is already doing that now. They've been doing it for a while. They released
they want black people to think that they're mermaids now because Little Mermaid's still around the corner somewhere.
Oh yeah, Black Little Mermaid, black.
And she's a dark skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
There was a girl who played the voice of Moana, and she's technically Hawaiian. But I remember because I saw like behind the scenes of her, and I looked at her, and I just saw her, and immediately my brain was like, she reminds me of Ariel. And even though she didn't look like, she didn't have the red hair or whatever. And later on, she did like a Broadway production of The Little Mermaid that was like a live action on ABC or something like that. And I was like, she would have been perfect for the part. Another thing that bugs me is you do have people who are people of color, but if they're lighter, they're just like overlooked.
I didn't hear that word.
I got to talk about Lord of the Rings, though. There was something about.
We're working up to that.
Yeah, we were lost in shit.
I've got it right now. There are women who are Sikhs. Sikhs traditionally don't remove any body hair. And this one woman, she had polycystic syndrome, and she actually grew an actual beard. And I'm like, that would be a female dwarf, and she wouldn't look too out of place. She would actually be perfect, and it's like, and then you get your diversity points, but it would be accurate to the lore. Sorry, that's my mini rant for the day.
Really
I'm glad you got that out of there.
Yes, because that's okay. You don't have to rant. I've been ranting since that trailer kid. I've been ranting on this Lord of the Woke since it started, and I will continue.
But here's my thing about a black mermaid. There is a story about a black mermaid. I'm looking at the picture right now. It's a story book that I read one time.
Is it African folklore?
Yep.
Is it African folklore?
Somewhat. It's kind of like a southern folklore-ish, if you would want to call it that.
Is it Mami Wata? Is that who we're talking about?
No.
Oh, okay, no. She was an African water goddess. Okay, different one.
We would like a look, Disney. We would like a movie about that bitch.
See, that's the problem again, media. Why are they? There's so many wonderful folklore that is Black folklore or Asian folklore or Spanish folklore stories they could be telling, but they don't want to do it. They want to destroy the white folklore.
Suki and the Mermaid. That's what it's called. Suki and the Mermaid. Yeah, that's a movie. That's a story.
I think they don't use any folklore because they want to create their own folklore
by stealing from another.
No, yeah. They want to use white people folklore, so that's what everybody know, and they just make it black.
Oh, it's okay for them to steal from white people folklore, but stealing from another story, that's bad. That's where you draw the line.
If I said I'm going to remake Coming to America, but instead of Zamunda, I'm going to either have white people in Zamunda, or I'm going to move the story to a village in Sweden.
Hey, all you gotta do is say it's West African.
No, I want to change the whole cast to white. I don't want they to all be white, or I'm going to move the story to
West Africa.
Well,
West Africa.
I have noticed though, like I think there's a lot of people that may want to, like I wouldn't mind doing a different culture, but most of the time when white people who genuinely like they have an interest or of a different culture and they want to bring it forward, everybody like chews them out, like, oh, you're not really helping.
Yeah, it's the nonsense, the cultural appropriation nonsense.
Oh my god,
that actually happened with the game Sifu.
They make alterations to Sifu. Please say that.
Basically what happened is all the games journalist types complained that the game developers that made that game aren't Asian, because it's like the game itself is based on Asian culture. And
it's the same motherfuckers that had the
is that's the Ghost of Tsushima thing? They were complaining about that too.
I was about to say that. Thank you, Eloise.
Yeah.
Thank you. They were pissed at the fact that weren't they pissed at the fact that Tsushima was made predominantly of Japanese and no Asians?
No. They were complaining that the creators the creators of Ghost of Tsushima are white, and the people on Twitter were angry because white people made it. And the funny thing is, the Japanese love that game, and they were so thankful that they made the game and the creators of the game like ambassadors for Tsushima Island.
And most audiences that play something like that won't even know that the developers weren't the same race as the characters from the game.
The Japanese didn't care. They were happy with the game, and it brought
because they could see the respect that was being was coming through.
Wasn't it the Japanese that outsourced their fucking DMC game for white people to make their own version, which was...
Wait, was that just Devil May Cry 5, or was it 4 and DMC. 5? I don't...
Well, I know that for like Japanese like traditional dress, people don't wear it as often as kimono and hagama and that very, very traditional stuff. And when they see foreigners wear it, they think it's really like cute and they can see the admiration. The only thing is they just want to make sure you go to the right shops, because if you put it on wrong, it says you're dead. So there are some things
that, like, Sometimes if you rearrange it wrong, you could also be saying, "Hey, I'm open, I'm a whore." Like, depending on how you arrange.
I'm a good time gal. So they're
Weebs.
I don't think you want to spread that message.
Hey, Weebs, get a load of this. Why can't we have a
mermaid?
Why can't we have a
nice.
movie about that?
Beautiful artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is what Disney should have done. That's yeah. Why can't they just tell that story? I've read that, but I've heard of.
I know what they'll do. They'll make it, and then they'll claim that they came up with it and that they didn't draw from like an older thing.
Oh, they'll make Mama Joe irrelevant and make Suki the empowered woman, and don't need no man, because at the end she does marry a man at the end.
Oh, they can't have that heteronormative narrative.
Oh yeah, she's right. Can't have that. Can't have heterosexual sex. No, not the man. No, can't do that.
Excuse us. We like it. Well, some of us do. Anyway, I'm not gonna finish that. Anyway, moving on.
You can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I need to remind you guys constantly that y'all say what the fuck y'all want to say. So long as y'all watch y'all GDs.
Hey! I don't want to get you in trouble because I could say some real stuff that is like what is it? That can get your channel banned. So I'm trying to be careful.
I never thought I would need to say this to a personal friend of mine, because I do consider you a friend. Now, may I remind you, this is nothing but love. But hear me out. When you say something, when you're concerned about that, the only thing I'm gonna say is, "Bitch, I'm black."
True. You've got the black card. You can say they're being racist against me.
Unless I say something transphobic, which I have numerous times.
Yeah, that's our. Well, actually, because you're straight, right?
Well, I didn't know you were afraid of trans people.
Who says I'm afraid of them?
I mean, that's what that word means.
Well, the problem is
true.
A straight black man, you're kind of on the bottom of the barrel again.
Yeah, I know they don't care about me unless I'm either killed by the police or killed by somebody else who's probably a racist.
Right. That it's you're kind of at the bottom of the stack again. It's kind of I wouldn't say the similar, but like being a white woman is like, yeah, I'm a woman, but I'm white, so then it kind of the checks and balances don't always add out.
This whole pyramid scheme that they keep running is going to fall to the ground.
Oh yeah, definitely. It won't last forever. But the reason they keep doing it is because communists. That's why they want people in perpetually antagonizing the whole system. Because if you're a constant victim, then you'll agitate and create a whole. You will bring revolution. They just want a revolution to bring the whole thing down. That's why.
And the sad part about that revolution thing, they'll never stop a revolution. They'll never stop at the end of the revolution. They'll always keep making a new revolution over and over again.
Well, more like all the intellectuals, like all the hipstery intellectuals, all be on top of it. No, it's going to be Jamal and Cletus who will be on top of it, because they'll be the ones with the guns and blow your brains out. You know,
it'll be Pookie and Ray Ray.
Yeah.
Behind your ass.
Or Jesus.
Or whatever other pronoun they have.
I forgot about that. Well, no, they wouldn't do it very well either, because there's not that many people. I'm sorry. They keep agitating. Like, the structure that exists now, like, trans people are they're kind of vulnerable now, but if they upset the whole thing, they're going to be 10 times more vulnerable, I think. Because they're like, okay, can you work? No. Okay, we're going to just shoot you, because that's how it always goes. Starvation and genocide, people. Anyway, sorry. I'll get off my comment.
No, that's okay. I think one of the things that, what I'm hearing is comments, is that Hollywood and society needs to get the heck off of Twitter. Twitter is not the Bible, or Twitter is not. Twitter is not how they are slaves to Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter says something, they don't like it, they fall to it. Twitter said we didn't like this casting, they give into it. Twitter said we don't like this person in this role, they give into it. You need to leave that stuff alone by these people who sit at home on the tweet box, who don't have a life, who don't have anything better to do with themselves, who have low self-esteem. Who have low self-esteem themselves. And because I'm seeing this all the time. Well, Twitter said, I don't like that you cast that person, or that person isn't light enough, or that person isn't dark enough, or that person isn't this and that. And they just give in exactly to what Twitter tells them to do. It's by people who are sitting at home who have no self-esteem, who don't believe in themselves, who have no life, but they want to impose it on other people. They need to leave that Twitter alone. Stop letting Twitter be your god.
Let it go, girl. Let it go.
Same thing with news websites.
Well, the reason why they do that is a lot of people who do like social media explanations is that Twitter is kind of, yes, you get exposure, but a lot of people say they use Twitter more as like the complaint, not a complaint box, but like customer service, where you call them and be like, hey, I can't get a hold of your website, can you fix this? So that's why they do get, that's kind of, I only know this because I took a class on this, and that's what a lot of people say that Twitter is good for, is kind of the so in some ways it's because it might be that's the common thought of what Twitter is supposed to be. Like, it's supposed to be the like a customer service line, so people can be like, hey, can we try to get this, or other things like that. And like I said, it skews one way, but it also doesn't help that it really, there's a lot of shadow banning. There's probably people who have like less than stellar expressions, and when in reality they probably, oh, I'm sorry, I got lost. But basically, they get shadow banned and they don't get pushed up in the algorithm organically. So then you have all that editing that happens as well. So then you don't really get that whole customer service aspect because Twitter's broken. So that, I thought that was something to add.
No, that's good. That's a very good point. That's a good point to make. If I may quickly, I want to ask Matthew something. A couple of comments back, Matthew, when I was talking about Meghan Markle, you said you made a comment about the BBC and with the BBC. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, with the BBC, like trying to rewrite history and everything.
Yeah,
like all of that.
Yeah, that's what you were bringing up. I just wanted you to expound on that a little more, because the reason I bring that up is because when I was growing up, I used to admire the BBC. I was influenced a lot by the BBC, by the stories, the storytelling, and the telling of the stories. We got these great stories I love to read, and now to hear that it's going down this road. So I was just curious. That's all.
Yeah, so the BBC have been going down this sort of path for a number of years now, because basically what they've done is they've like a while ago they released an animated short for children about Roman Britain and when the Romans
Yes,
occupied the
I saw
country.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, the black.
And they essentially changed like some of the Roman families to be black for some reason, even though technically that wouldn't be how that would be. It's more like if you see like one Roman centurion in Britain who's black, it's like that's going to be an incredibly rare thing to see. Yet the BBC are displaying it as something. Oh yeah, that's just normal.
Common occurrence.
Yeah, and they're doing the same thing with a new show that might have already come out called Dickens, which is a prequel to Oliver Twist, where they're having like 3 of the main characters be black dudes. One of them is a midget. One of Oliver's friends, who in that circle are all boys and they're all like being trained as thieves. But in the show, they're replacing Oliver's friend with a Asian girl for some reason. So it's like a double effect of like they're all meant to be boys and also they're making Asian as well. And basically, they're doing this with every like Victorian era thing that they do.
We can hear you. I'm not like
include like as many black people as possible. Even though during the Victorian era, you might have seen a black person in the Victorian era, like it'd be incredibly rare to see, but you may see that. Most of the time, they're all going to be white. Yet the BBC's discipline is, oh yeah, no, we've always been like multicultural and multi-ethnic.
No, the hell you wouldn't.
I know, Matthew. That Anne Boleyn crap, that Negro Anne Boleyn was ridiculous. That was stupid. Yeah, Negro Lynn was ridiculous. Anne Boleyn,
I didn't even watch that.
Queen
I just saw that and just went, nope, not paying attention to that.
And again, dark skin.
Yeah, chocolate as a Hershey bar, and making her this. You're talking about the woman who is the mother of redheaded Elizabeth I, and you're going to make her dark black in the time of Henry of Tudor England.
But we have archive footage of her being darkened of skin.
Footage. Oh, that's a good one.
You got that bitch confused with somebody else somehow.
You sure do.
I got confused with on goddaughter.
That I was like you, Matthew. I turned that off completely, and I think that it's sad that just all of a sudden, again, it goes back to what I'm saying. When you put Black people, Asian people, Latino people in that time period, you are erasing the civil rights movement and why it had to happen, because you are portraying it as, well, Black people never had a problem. There's always been unity. No, it hasn't. You're taking away all that. They can't come up. I always say also this era, they're not coming up with anything new. We're not getting any new stories, any new characters. We're not getting anything new. We're just
Let me ask a question real quick. Has any one of you watched Encanto yet?
Nope.
I have no idea what that is.
I don't really watch Pixar movies.
That's not Pixar movies. It's Disney. It's still Disney though.
I listened to the songs, but I didn't really watch Encanto. Although it looked like the reason everybody looked so different was it was Colombian, and you had people who were very fair and very dark, and kind of all like combined together, which I thought was kind of
make sense.
I mean, it's kind of like that in Colombia, but it depends on like the parts of Colombia you go to. So
I guess they must have ended up in that village.
Sorry,
they must have ended up in that village or something, because it was like they founded a new village, so maybe they all got because it was based on some historical context. You'd have to get somebody who actually was from Colombia. They might be able to talk about it a bit more.
True.
I did not watch it because I had no interest in it. I don't have a problem with the family or the culture of the characters, but they had one woman character that looked like a man. And I just thought, oh no, I'm not sitting here watching this thing about making her more masculine, taking away her femininity and making her more masculine to make her
she's
more
actually pretty feminine, but the problem is at any angle you're mistaking her as a man. I don't know.
Actually, the ironic thing is she acts more feminine. You'd think looking at her, she'd be like the super masculine, but actually she's like the super nervous one that's kind of breaking under pressure. I haven't watched it. I've just been like picking up things here and there, but I'm basically like, no, I can't watch Disney. They're trying to destroy the world at the moment with the global homo stuff.
Yes.
Well, the problem I had with Encanto, I only saw like only small bits, but before I even watched it, it looked, or at least before I even saw small bits, the trailer just made it look boring.
Well, it all takes place in a house, so that's how the story is structured. It could be good.
Away from the house.
I mean, there are some entertaining movies that take place in only one location, so that can't be exactly the reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly.
I think it's like Kat said, that the movies all kind of blend together. Like
that is true.
I mean, I watched Coco. That was good, but
there's no villains in these movies. That's
another problem.
Problem.
Yeah, you have the surprise villains.
Biggest problem ever. I have to rant about this. There is no more villains anymore. And there's no Ursulas, there's no stars.
There's no Frolos.
They don't make good stories. They do these things where, okay, the biggest villain in this story
about
is
a non-conflict.
Well, this one technically it's about like family not dealing with their trauma until it comes bubbling up, which is like sometimes that's true, but you still need a freaking villain. Hello, or twist villains. Oh God, I hate Hans twist villain bullshittery. Sorry.
No. You need to
most villains are never they're either not going to be black at all, or if they are, they're going to have like sympathetic and understandable reasons for why they're villains.
I said this to a coworker back when I worked at the theater too. It's like the problem with these people is like sometimes they're thinking in the gray, but they forget what mix in to make that gray. You have to have the black and the white.
Yeah, like contrasty. You have to have like the really bad, because then it really stands out if you have a tragic hero, a tragic villain who's really a tragic hero or something like that. You have to have the bad, because what you're doing, I think it's Chesterton. I can't remember if it was Chesterton or someone else. He basically said you have to have these stories that reflect reality, because you're going to encounter people that are really evil, and that the stories tell you that the dragon can be slain. It can be in yourself, or it could be other people that you encounter. And if you don't show that to kids, when they encounter malevolence and something evil, it'll devastate them. It really will. And you don't want that. You want them strong. You want to go down and save your father from the underworld. Kind of. Sorry.
Yeah, I know it's that. Nick's talking about. But
there was a short. You want to say something, Fizz?
Because I know that modern anime films are obsessed with twist villains or not having an actual villain in the movie. Just we gotta have it so that the bad guys always a twist, because I don't know, Pixar did it. So let's just do that.
Even if they had twist villains, there were still villains.
I know. Like, for example, in Monsters Inc., Randall's pretty much the main antagonist for most of the movie. All news are coming to the end.
Yeah, he's the man behind the man.
Yeah, but
it's mostly the man behind the man.
Yeah. But the real bad guy we see for most is Randall.
Mm-hmm. He's still a bad guy too. Mm-hmm. It's just you want that.
Hans is not a good villain, because you understand Frozen was rewritten from how I was really supposed to be. Originally, Elsa was going to be.
We're not going to dig up that talking point. Let's get into this comment real quick. Moana doesn't have an actual villain, just a trial need to save an island from famine. And that's one thing I kind of liked about Moana, because we do have stories like that too.
It's more of a nature against
anything from after. Yeah, man versus nature, or in this case, girl versus nature. But who the fuck cares at this point? But after that, it's like there's no conflict. It's a storytelling of non-conflict, and I'm sick and tired of that shit, because I deal with conflict every fucking day. We all do.
They want to portray.
Before you guys jump in, I want to finish off with this. It's that it's basically them just trying to pacify us, pacify all of us, basically make us all passive. And that's a dangerous thing to have in this world, especially when you have people that are in dangerous jobs and you hire somebody who's passive. Especially if they're hired on either through diversity, or they just look good, or they're a checklist item, and they don't have the capacity to deal with conflict, or at least the mental fortitude to deal with conflict. That's dangerous, completely dangerous, because passive people don't like getting involved in anything that could be strenuous, or anything that could be of conflict. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, and I can say that as a passive person. I'm learning to not do that as much anymore because it's really putting me in trouble. But yeah, it's somehow creating this passivity. Like maybe that's part of the whole like keeping people like indoor cats for like COVID and stuff like that. They want people to stay home and stay safe and be
they've
like
been doing this before COVID. Because it's all about de-escalation and trying to make men more feminine, essentially.
That's one of them.
It's one of them.
Or make women more like men.
That too. Both. It's both. I think to add to, I agree with Wolf, and I go back to Claire's comment about villains. I think that.
There you go.
The fact about the villains is, unless the character is either white, straight, or male, everybody else is. There are no villains. Those are the only people they feel can be villains. Everybody else is not, because they're trying to paint this image that Black people.
Look, man, I'm trying to cheer you guys up. Here's two of them. Call me in the morning.
So that's for the fellas.
And we
I don't
appreciate
think
that.
I forgot about you, Leia.
Oh, you stop.
You know, it'd be tempting, but not. As soon as I see his face and how soy he is, it's like, ugh.
Okay, like, I got another view for you.
You got that.
You could use Hugh Jackman from X-Men: Days of Future Past. You know, the beginning when he first goes back to the 70s. You know that.
I got arm action too.
Oh yeah, yes. Well, yes, Matthew. I don't forget that.
See, he hasn't opened his mouth yet about his politics. I know that's like kind of.
Okay, I got his little brother here, right there. There you go.
Oh, I love men in like structured uniforms like that too. That's very.
Me too. Not for the same reason you
I
do
too.
Yes.
We can have fun here, can we? We can have fun here.
Oh yeah, we've gone crazy before. Yes, we have.
Wake up, Eloise.
Wake up!
Sorry, I'm just eating some oranges.
She's trying her best to avoid Telemundo. It's an inside joke, Claire. You'll get used to it.
No, I don't know what.
Ring.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
ring. Who is it? Telemundo.
Wait, what anime was that? I kind of recognize the character.
I have no idea. I just milked it from Bean.
Nice choice of words.
Some loop action, here you go.
Oh
yes, I've seen the anime.
Yes. There's the High School of the Dead. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
this is so silly.
Sadly, the creator died before he finished the manga.
Yeah.
And now we like Berserk before it.
Thank you, Matthew. After all the times I tried to attempt to freaking lighten everybody up, you gotta bring us back down. Look, here. Now here I am trying to cheer everybody up with this.
You can feel it, dude. You can feel it.
Anyways,
I'm assuming that's what happens when you use a vibrator.
check out Matthew. I didn't think you had it in you, man. There's that British humor I love. You want me? Y'all want to hear how I aggravate Leia?
Oh no! Oh God! No! Here we go. Okay, you had to get him started.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this, but I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday. You ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
No, ain't that a subversion of expectations right there?
Oh yes.
Well,
That is actually not the part of the clip I was expecting.
Well, not too bad. He did say you don't have it's Friday and you don't have any obligations. I can see that being a treat, I suppose. Oh, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what the hell was that?
That was a starter car.
That's his.
Oh, right. You haven't seen Dune 2021.
No, I haven't. Oh, it's from Dune. Okay, that actually makes it a lot clearer now.
That's his motivation.
That's my war chant.
Yes, that's his now become his war chant, his spirit chant now. Before he comes in, he must get that going and drag us into it. I think it's noise, but it is chant to Goof Commander.
It's
so
Mongolian throat chant.
I respect it.
It's Mongolian. That's
Speaking of like badasses of history, the people on the steps. I think it was like in Sweden, they found this like female warrior, and they're all like, "Oh, she was transgender Norseman," but her outfit is from the steppes. She was like, I guess she was like a diplomat all the way from the steppes, and she died there and had a proper burial and everything. But go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was saying now they're quickly to say she was transgender without knowing the real history. As you are explaining to us now.
They're quick to label anything but claim everybody else is labeling them.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I thought Japan was the only
another-
place that it was difficult to tell if the women have dicks.
It's called a pelvis, my dude. It's called a pelvis.
Yes. Even if you find skeletal remains, you can tell what is a woman and what is a man. They can even tell by the skeletal remains. So they can't.
Dinosaur skirts.
Mm-hmm.
And what will happen with transgenders is when they die, people will still look at their skeletons and be like, "Oh, this is a dude."
Yes.
And maybe see the plastic implants and then be like,
Also,
"Oh,
non-binary doesn't exist, and never will. No matter how they try to make it legitimate, how they try to legitimize that shit.
I've never heard of that word in my lifetime.
Well, the thing is, you ain't gonna hear it anymore because considering how long it takes for them to replace that shit with something else.
Yes.
It came from queer to bi-curious to bisexual to demisexual to pansexual, and now they do this whole non-gender conformative bullshit, and I'm like, how the fuck you non-gender conformative when half the time you looking like a mishmash of shit that you are conforming to?
At least people who like they identify more with something, at least having that kind of at least so you at least can look at somebody, but or at least have like a little name tag that says they them, so people know whether to avoid them or not. But anyway, at least we know. But yeah.
They can have that name tag on. If you look like a girl, I'm gonna call you a she. If you look like a dude, I'm calling you a he.
Yeah.
Well, it's my preferred pronouns, bitch. I'm calling you as the English language dictates. English language that I've been trying to learn my whole damn life as a black man. When people used to claim that black people are the stereotypical illiterate motherfuckers that you see on TV. You ain't fit to make me an illiterate motherfucker. Fuck you and your pronouns.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What the hell is demisexual?
Don't know what that
I've
means.
never heard that.
Is
Is that like the gay equivalent of being fucked by a god?
No, demisexual means you're only attracted to people you're in a relationship with, or as I say,
normal.
a woman.
No,
Women in particular.
No, it just means people you know. Like you can only feel attraction to people you know.
That's just normal.
That's still heterosexual.
No.
Well, it could be gay or straight with that.
Yeah, so it's not really a thing.
It's not really sexuality.
So base definition, if I can sum it up, you are being selective of who you want to be attracted to. But wait, that's heterosexual.
Well, no, you're only attracted to people that you formed an emotional bond with. Hence why I say women.
That's just normal.
Usually they're more selective. Yeah, and it's normal. It's not like, in other words, the odds of you, if you said you were demisexual but then engaged in one night stands, people would be like, you're not demisexual. But even so, even that gets blown out because now it's like even more fractionated because it's like, oh, I'm ace, but I like to watch porn, or like you're not attracted to anybody, but you still like to watch porn, and it's like
my mind around pansexual.
No, pansexual means you're not only you're omnisexual. It's basically you screw anything. You're not only bisexual, but also be zoophilia to all and other stuff too.
Oh no!
Oh god! Please don't. That just gets closer to bestiality by the minute.
Wait, so would Zeus be the only one that would be classified as pansexual?
No, Pan, the Greek god Pan.
Repulsed?
The Greek god Pan.
Pan, yeah, and well, Zeus.
Pan was a Greek god. That's where name come from. He screwed everything.
Well,
I don't hurt yourself, Biz. Claire, explain Pan for us.
Okay, Pan was the god of the forest. He was half man, half goat, and he had horns as well. And that's where we get the word pandemonium or pandemic from him.
And panic.
And panic, yes. So those three concepts come out.
So you tell me he must have fucked like a goat?
And he also in Greek mythology, he created the Satyr race by having sex with a goat.
Yep.
They want that stamina? They're gonna die.
I guess they don't need Cialis.
You know how long goats fuck?
Nope.
They fuck until they dead.
Uh-oh.
And they still
don't know that, and I question why you know that.
Someone told me this shit.
Okay, that makes it a little clearer.
And I was fascinated. I was like, huh. So not only do they fuck for hours straight, they're also necrophiliacs.
Oh,
okay, so you're fascinated by this.
Know.
So are you on a list or something?
Is that why they call? I've heard Cialis also called horny goatweed. So that now that name makes more sense.
It all adds up. Funny how that turns out. Goats and sheep are like that, from what I heard. That's crazy. I'm actually putting that in bouncers, by the way.
Why?
It's my. Wait, what? Who said that?
Why?
Oh, it's gonna be an in joke. It's gonna be an in joke. Okay, I'll put some context in for Matthew in the back right there. So in one backstory of Sybil, I already told you guys, not all you guys, Claire hasn't heard the story yet, but in the eve of Benjamin and Sybil's relationship, after they consummate their bond, she'll make a snide at how long he went, and she's thankful that she's a dire wolf. Oh, y'all need more?
No.
We're good. Some extra tabs there, sir.
Wait, what?
I was asking if you were closing some extra tabs there.
No. What happened?
Oh,
what'd you hear?
I just heard clicking with a mouse. Nothing like that or anything.
That ain't come from me. I just explained.
Yeah, that wasn't me either.
I was explaining the relationship between two characters that are doomed to separate.
It may have been me a little bit because I had to mute my mouse because I had a phone call. It's all good. It's all good. It was just about.
Well, I hope you say this better be an emergency. I'm in a very important conversation with somebody, and yet here I am explaining my furry characters.
That is why I muted. That's why I muted my mic so that I would not interrupt you explaining your story. I wanted you to continue. I wanted to hear it, and I did not want to interrupt.
But yeah, that's
you on your Thursday nights.
Exactly. This is what happens on Thursday nights. From now on, at this point. But that's one thing I wanted to put in the story bouncers. It's not really the focal point of the relationship, but it's gonna be like a small joke because Benjamin's a ram and Sybil's a dire wolf, and they have a night, and in the morning, she's wearing his T-shirt and all, and she says, "Well, shit, I never went that long before."
Yeah, I gotta get out, everybody. Thank you for having me on.
You about to head out?
Yeah, I gotta running. No, I have to try to do one more run and then see if I get one more and then I gotta head home.
Well, it's nice to have you here. Hopefully, is there any way we can get you when you're not working?
I kind of have to, because usually Thursdays, I put my son to sleep and stuff. It's just kind of weird. This week is kind of weird. I happen to have some time, but
In the case I stream on weekends, are you game for that too, or how's your weekends usually?
I usually work in the weekends. It just I'd have to really schedule it out correctly because.
Don't worry about it. My fucking weekends are fucking mixed bag too. Half my all days are rotated with the new job I got.
Ouch.
Let's just say this: you're fortunate to finally catch the Will Commander in the evenings now, considering the job is mornings.
Yeah.
Anyways, good to have you on, Star, and try not to hit any bums out there while you're at it.
Yeah, sorry if it was really kind of crappy quality there. Oh well.
No, it's fine.
The mic was really good.
Yeah, all things considered. And thank you for enlightening us with your knowledge.
I just have like obscure, strange little bits of knowledge here and there.
So do we.
Yee.
And let me leave you with this one.
Oh, you think this is Harem of the Dead, you shrimp dick fuck nugget?
Oh dear. All right, you guys have a good night.
Good night, Claire. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Star. As always.
I don't have anything to say for later, but who knows? Maybe later. All right. See ya.
Good night.
Bye.
Right.
So, anybody want to wrap this up or keep going for a little bit more?
Well, I can go. How long do you think you're going to keep going?
Well, since Troy here, I can entertain a little bit more. Hey, Papacelli. He says, "Hello, I'm looking for the Only Shades of Gray stream."
I don't know if we're it.
Yes, we are. We're caramel. We got milk chocolate. We got purple chocolate. We got dark chocolate. That's you, Eloise. And then we got crunchy cookie cup or mint chocolate. Right? Well, actually, no. We got 2 mint chocolates beneath us. Right? Am I correct?
I'm pale.
Yes. Yes.
No shit, but you still mint chocolate. I mean, in our chat, we got pale as hell, and we got sunflower, and one redneck. He said that tile sounds rife with racist Asian parody. This is what he meant right here, the context. He said, and Troy says, "I used to be tan, but since the CV lockdowns, I'm blinding white." Yeah, you are, dude. You got a fucking sheet on your skin. A white sheet. I seen your complexion lately, dude. Man, you're Dracula now.
I was going to ask Matthew. I had brought it up earlier about the Meghan Markle thing. And it's very interesting that we talk about light skin because she absolutely emphatically advertised herself on being more black than she was white. I don't know, but I looked at her, but she really played on that and played a lot of people with that. I guess now she's over here in this country.
Because she refused to take on responsibilities of being a princess. Because that means you gotta be a politician.
Yeah. And she also used that as an explanation as to why the royal family weren't exactly like happy with her being there. But the thing is with Meghan Markle being a member of the royal family that most people don't really think about it has nothing to do with her being black or American. It's actually more to do with the fact that she just wasn't like adapting to that lifestyle. And I wouldn't want I like the royal family is a separate thing. I wouldn't want anyone to like actively join the royal family or actively want to join the royal family, because it's like it requires a lot from you to actually be a member of the royal family. Even us here in the same, like in England, in the same country, even for us just everyday people, we don't exactly want to be a member of the family, but we like watching them, paying attention to what they're doing, that sort of thing. So I think she kind of got confused with that and didn't quite understand that.
I think she wanted to be a Disney princess. That or at least
Exactly.
her idea of what a Disney princess is supposed to be. That just sit around and do not a damn thing and wait for a hero to save us, which is absolutely horseshit.
Yeah.
It's not how being a princess is in real life. You actually gotta be a politician.
No, my thing is that's how they treat the early Disney princesses, as if they're sitting around waiting for a man. Like, no.
Yeah, I agree with Wolf on that 1000%.
Like, did you not forget that Snow White was scrubbing floors before she met her prince? Did you not forget that she was running through a damn scary ass forest, cooking and cleaning the 7 dwarfs? Wait,
She's
let me
basically a
rephrase that.
maid.
Cooking for the 7 dwarfs and cleaning for the 7 dwarfs.
I didn't
Did
see
you
her
miss
as
that?
a maid. I didn't see her as a maid, Fizz. I think that she did that in exchange for them. If you
They didn't
keep
have
me
no
here,
mama.
yeah, you can see that clearly.
That's how I interpret it. They didn't have no mama. She was basically a mama.
And also, yeah, that's right. And that feminine, that mama feminine power, that in a good way, And what you just brought out, I never thought about it like that. They didn't have a motherly figure, and she was a motherly figure to them in a good way. Plus, she said, if you hide me here, well, I'm just not going to be a freeloader. Let me cook and clean for you to pay for my time that you keep me here. I'm not just going to sit here and hide. Let me help you while you help me. And the one I take from Snow White is her relationship to Grumpy, because Grumpy resented her in many ways. But how did she win Grumpy over? She won him
They
over.
want to make the bitch black.
Yes, they do.
Oh, wait, let me take that back. They want to make her
Latino.
Latina.
Yeah.
Latino.
Salsa Coco.
Again, I'm pretty sure there's a Snow White-esque story in Latino stories.
Not to mention, isn't the time for Snow White that she's pale?
Yes, the story is basically the book.
It's the point, but my point being, I'm pretty sure there's some fairy tales in Latina culture that we can farm from to make up Latina Snow White.
I know.
I mean, multiple of those stories come from like varying cultures before the ones that everyone's familiar with.
The Grimm fairy tales and I forgot the other ones. There's the Grimm, and then there's I can't think of the other author. Hans Christian Andersen. These fairy tales,
all they want.
Right. We've got
he's half a man now. I used to see him as a man. Now he's half a man.
It's always,
and I don't mean that in literal. I mean that in a figurative sense.
Dinklage should be grateful for all the success he has had, except he's just
Negro, you were Trask in Days of Future Past.
Yes, he has had all.
You towered over Thor himself.
Yeah, he slapped a bitch in Game of Thrones.
Did his hand fall off his wrist?
No. It stayed where it is.
Here's my confession. I did not do it. I did not kill Joffrey Baratheon, but I wish I had. Watching your son dying was the greatest pleasure than 1,000 whores. I will not. Damn it, I'm fucking to the line now. Why are we silent now? That I flubbed up.
I was going to say that Peter Dinklage should have been grateful for all the success that he has had, but instead he all the stuff that he has had, but instead he's being grumpy and whining and complaining when he should be grateful. He should be saying, I am so grateful for the opportunity to play the parts I've played despite my size. But no, like everybody else in Hollywood these days, he's angry at the whole world. So I was going to make this mention to you as a topic, Wolf. It seems like these are very ungrateful actors these days in Hollywood, very ungrateful at the success that they have had. Instead, they're grumpy about it. They're grumpy and complaining and mad at the world for what? Dinklage, and first of all, Dinklage doesn't get the story right. The dwarfs didn't live in caves. They worked in a cave. They didn't live in there. And then his argument makes no sense whatsoever. It is a freaking fairy tale, for heaven's sakes. It is a freaking fairy tale.
He got his fairy tales crossed because he was a dwarf in a fucking show and he didn't live in no damn cave. He lived in a castle. Thank you. Thank you, child. Watching your bastard die gave me more pleasure than lying with 1,000 whores.
So
that was biggest FU to the world and to his sister.
And he should have been, like I said, he should have been grateful for all the success. The brightest value, child. He should be more grateful. Was always
bashful.
Mine was Dopey. I thought Dopey was sweet. What I was going to say is that how she won Grumpy over is her kindness won over his grumpiness. He didn't want her there in the first place. But those that remember the film, have seen the film and watched it, he was very resentful of her. But she won him over not by returning grumpy with his grumpiness. She treated him over with kindness, and that was the beautiful part of the story, is how she treated him. Because when she died, he took it just as hard. When they thought she was dead, he took it. He was just as upset. He didn't show it to the other dwarfs, but he was just as upset as poor little Dopey was. Dopey's my favorite. I thought he was sweet. But that they missed the point of, that was why I always loved the story of Snow White. I thought I always loved the story of Snow White because her kindness was her real beauty. It was the kindness. And kindness is a beauty that we don't put emphasis on. You know, and that's really the point about what makes Snow White who she is. Not because she's called Snow White. And this new whatever remake, which makes no sense, and I speak out about it because the Brothers Game specifically describe her. She's Snow White because of the color of her skin. She's snow is skin is white as snow, lips is red as the rose, hair is dark as ebony.
Princess that they keep claiming was sitting on her ass waiting for a man.
What? Go ahead.
Aurora from Sleeping Beauty.
No.
Well, she was. Because she's a.
No, the fuck she wasn't. I'll tell you what. Let me debunk that shit right now. I'll tell you why she wasn't. The bitch didn't know the motherfucker was saving her ass. She was under a spell at the time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In fact, she was waiting for his ass at the fucking cottage. She ain't waiting for his ass at no damn castle. And even before that, she was taking care of she was taking care of chores with her fake aunties. She wasn't sitting around waiting for no damn man.
I agree.
Now, she was waiting for him at that time, but she wasn't always waiting for no damn man. She was raised by fake aunties. How the fuck she knew this motherfucker? And she still didn't know him until they sung that song. She didn't know she met that man at a young age when she was a baby. And she ain't met him then when he was a kid. She got whisked away. Anybody remember that?
Yes, I do.
We won't pretend to forget that, huh? See, I watched Sleeping Beauty all the way. And I still remember that shit vividly. That bitch wasn't waiting for no man. She was asleep. And she didn't even know she was coming to rescue her ass.
Of course, because she was asleep the whole movie, most of the movie.
That is a lie.
Yeah. But like I said, before he came and saved her ass, she was doing chores. So she wasn't sitting around on her ass.
That is a lie that was perpetuated by feminists who are unhappy with the choices that they made in their lives. So they want to put the blame. Oh, it's the fairy tales that did it. But I agree with you, Wolf. That I agree totally 100%. I never saw Sleeping Beauty as waiting for the prince to come. She didn't even know who the prince was at the time. She thought Philip was somebody else. So she never said she was put under a spell. It doesn't hurt to get help. Sometimes we need help in life. It doesn't hurt to have someone to come help us. She needed help. She was unconscious. She was under a spell. Someone had to come help her. That's not a weakness. It's not a weakness, uber feminist. Helping someone isn't.
You know what's sad? They expect the man to just not do a damn thing for them.
That's yeah.
It's funny because when they do that shit, they put themselves in more danger. They outright put themselves in more danger too. They outright intentionally risk injury just for the sake of their own pride of not wanting a man to step in at all.
Yes.
Which again, that is another dangerous line of thinking too.
It is.
And they always have to make sure that the man is incredibly incompetent or dumb or evil or any of those.
Yes.
What I'm talking about really in real life practicality, what I'm saying is the fact that that's dangerous teaching for many times over. I remember hearing a story from Karen Strong. If you don't, y'all know who that is, do y'all?
The name sounds familiar.
No,
she's a man's rights activist, but she used
Lord.
to be. Before you even roll your eyes, Leia, she's a real one. She's a real one.
All right.
She was part of Honey Badger Radio. I used to
No,
listen to
I think I know who she is now.
Of course you would. But anyways, point being, she made a story. She told a story of a girl who was in the military, and they were in Iraq, I believe, and they were in the burning desert, scorched hot. I'm talking scorched earth here, and she was basically cooking in her own clothing, right? And she was having you know the effects of being in the desert, right? She was having those type of moments, but the man wouldn't help her because of the feminist logic, and they didn't know what to do, and she ended up having sunburns. That's what I mean by dangerous thinking from the feminist part, at the fact that having a man to help you out is suddenly a taboo thing, but you think you can get yourself out of certain situations that requires a man to get you out of that. Another example, trapped in a hole. You don't want a man to rescue you out of a fucking hole, but you're going to be left there to crawl your ass out of there with no way to latch onto anything, breaking your own nails, trying to scratch your way out of that. Coding
for a minute there, I didn't realize you said hole. I thought you said a different word.
It's my accent. I have a choppy Southern accent. Very choppy. But anyways, yeah, like just think about that. You know what I'm saying? If you would just think about that. Things that they need that will require a man to take to get them out of the situation. They will never get out without the man. You need men. You may not want them, but you need them.
Exactly.
Whether they're your husband or your brother or a friend, you need them. You cannot. You wouldn't exist without them. For one, this whole abortion racket, we can make that conversation another time. But this whole shit right there, Fizz, don't jump on that soapbox. I'm just saying, with shit like that, it's like you ain't gonna like. I always like to throw this shit out. What if your parents aborted you? How would you feel about that?
You wouldn't. You would be dead.
You wouldn't exist anyways. But then again, I tell them, my comeback will be, Fizz. I wish they would have swallowed your ass too. Then I wouldn't be sitting here talking to your stupid ass.
When I go back to, I always think that a lot of these criticisms, another one that I think of that they criticize, if we could go back to the fairy tales, is Cinderella. And I have to defend Cinderella every time they say the same thing.
Again,
She was just sitting back
she
waiting for a man.
she didn't sit around waiting on damn man. She had chores to do.
She was slave. She was a slave.
Yep.
To a stepmother.
Both her and Snow White were.
Mm-hmm.
And in the case of Snow White, mind you, in the case of Snow White, her stepmother intentionally dressed her in rags just to hide her beauty. Just to cover it up. She didn't do a good job, mind you. But that was the purpose. She wanted to dress her up as a common servant around the castle so that people would pay attention to her.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Mommy daughter feuding, as I like to call it.
According to the full story, as Cinderella Snow White began to grow up, she was threatened by her beauty. That's why she started dressing her in rags. Yes, because she was threatened by Snow White's beauty as she began to, when she was born. But as she get older, she started to be more beautiful. Yeah, the Wicked Queen said, no. There's only one Queen Bee here. So that's why she dressed her in the rags, because she was becoming more beautiful and she wanted to try to hide it so that she could go to that mirror every day and say who's the fairest of them all.
Child says, in the case of Cinderella, she's getting a redemption story now because people are realizing she's a victim of abuse and we can't insult victims.
Oh my goodness! These people want little. They want little interpretations. They can't.
No
they
conflict.
Can't see. It
goes back to that non-conflict. Like, you cannot fight this person because she was a victim as well. You cannot hurt this person because she was once also hurt as well. And if you hurt them, you're a bully.
Exactly. And I often tell people that Cinderella is not, again, she had dreams and goals, but she needed help to achieve
basically making
them.
you taking your attention off the hero and focus more on the villain. And this whole idea of the villains getting this much amount of attention like that, this is we fascinated about villains, right? But for multiple reasons than one. These motherfuckers obsess over villains. These are the same people that obsess on true crime, right? They obsess on infamous murderers.
Yes. Because I am getting tired, and I think Fizz brought this up. I am getting tired of every time there's a movie announcement of a reboot or a retelling. Well, we're going to tell it from the villain's point of view. We're going to focus on the villain story. Sony making the Craven the Hunter movie. I first said, other villain stories. We're going to tell the villain's point of view. Why are they so obsessed with doing the villain story? And I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of hearing that. We all know the
answer to that. We're not going
to like when they made Venom, but they didn't include the important part of his story with like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Venom, I can't excuse.
You did, because I didn't like
that's based off Lethal Protector. Again, that was based off Lethal Protector.
Yeah. No, because my point there is that it's fine if they want to do Lethal Protector, but they should have had Spider-Man be in there first.
A lot of people,
because that's kind of the progression of his character at that point. He started as a villain, then he became more of an anti-hero, and then at some point lost the symbiote a few times, and then got it back, and then got a pure white one.
Now the symbiote loose in the MCU, and I don't know who the fuck he gonna latch on to. Sure as hell ain't gonna be that Flash Thompson or that Indian person they call Flash Thompson.
Of course not.
That's not Flash. That was.
I don't know if it's the movies or the comics that it was the Punisher or something like that.
What?
I couldn't hear
I don't know.
you.
You're very echoey.
I heard something about the Punisher getting the symbiote.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, I heard Punisher, but I didn't hear the rest of that. So I'm
still
getting the context there.
Why?
Punisher getting his own symbiote.
The entire point of Punisher is that you got no powers who kills bad guys.
What the hell is the symbiote gonna do to him? What he already can do himself? That's my question.
They want to get rid of the guns.
Here's the thing. I don't get what it is with Rise trying to keep giving the Punisher powers.
He's still gonna kill people.
Let me finish.
My problem is they keep misrepresenting his character and just turning him into Wolverine, essentially. Because you notice that like the Netflix Punisher show,
Fizz the
they
mic
just
real quick.
took a standard Wolverine story and planted that over the Punisher. Obviously, it makes him more appealing as a main character, but it's not accurate to who he is.
I agree.
Let me finish. What I don't like about it is Marvel and DC Marvel keeps trying to give Punisher superpowers every storyline in order to fit him into the event. Look, you don't have to give Punisher superpowers. All right, all you gotta do is put him up against a villain that's not bulletproof.
Yeah, I don't understand why they do that. The only instance of him getting powers I remember is that time he died, went to heaven, and got like holy
want to get
weapons
rid
or
of the
something.
guns.
Everybody knows about that stupid storyline. Well, they keep doing that to Punisher. Look, you don't have to give Punisher superpowers to make him interesting. All you gotta do.
There was also that one story where he was turned into a black dude and he helped Luke Cage.
Yeah. And also
and then they
had
turned him back
storyline when he
again a
got
few
turned to a
issues later.
zombie. It's not important. That's not. It's not. It wasn't Marvel Zombies by the way. So he got turned to Frankenstein. That's not important. What is important is they keep trying to have Punisher get superpowers so he can participate in events. All you gotta do, because they say Punisher isn't interested anymore because we all fighting regular dudes gets old. All you gotta do is have Punisher fight against villains that are not bulletproof. How hard is this? Resident Evil games do this all the time. You don't have to give Punisher powers. All you gotta do is fight something that's not bulletproof. That's it.
I mean, it's not surprising that they're mismanaging like characters like this so often, given that I'm pretty sure they don't really have editors, or at least they don't have editors that do their job.
Like it's not hard to figure out. It's not hard to figure out.
Okay. Child just gave us a correction on the Cinderella situation. She said, "I think you guys are mistaking me. The stepmother isn't getting isn't getting
Redemption.
redeemed. Yeah, redemption, but technically she meant redeemed. I meant Cinderella's getting a show in a new light because people are realizing she was. But we already knew that.
That's the whole point of the story.
We got it from the movie already. We got it.
No, these people are dumb.
Yeah, they missed the whole point. You're right, Wolf.
Yeah, and they can't tell a story about someone who's a victim and then
when you made that realization,
because that would undermine their message.
I'm like, when they make that realization, you started finally believe real victims this time instead of fake victims.
That was the whole.
Back on my princess kick. Let's get on to Cinderella. We are already on Cinderella.
Well, we were talking about the Punisher and the situation with that character.
You get sidetracked too much on this shit.
My thing is, why is everyone obsessed with the Punisher?
Because they want. Here's the real meat of it, and this is speculation though. I say real, but this is purely speculation. It's the Second Amendment.
Exactly. It Punisher uses guns.
It's 2A. They want to get rid of 2A, so they're trying to pacify the Punisher because of 2A.
Even though Punisher isn't the only hero who uses guns.
Exactly.
I know. I'll go try to censor John Wick now. I mean, both basically similar, very similar.
But the problem is that you give him any weapon, you give him anything, he still will turn it into a weapon. So how
exactly?
You can give him a fucking dildo and he'll still use it as a fucking knife.
Or they might just do what 4Kids did and give Punisher laser guns. But
he still kill somebody with it.
Exactly, that's the whole point. So
you're not changing much about him. He's still gonna kill.
Even
with that fucking shit skull on his fucking chest.
Devil.
Yeah. Although there is one thing they're missing is that the Punisher does have some kind of morals or some kind of code.
That's the whole point.
He's a Catholic. Well, he's a God-fearing man too.
Yeah. Because he's essentially a psychopath, but because of his time in the military, he doesn't just open fire on civilians because he knows they can't fight back. And he only enjoys killing people when they fight back. And because of his time in the military, that taught him respect for officers of the law and that sort of thing. and also not to go after civilians, whereas criminals will fight back, and they have also done terrible things. So he's kind of justified in a way.
It's not just
or at
that,
least to
but
himself.
also he's motivated by revenge because his family got killed by criminals, by organized criminals. He wants to kill organized crime.
You would think he would. Actually, I think that story is already done. He's just made
to
it
be
into his
fair, him
occupation
getting
now.
revenge for his family's deaths was pretty early in his career, and
Yeah, very
long
early.
after that, they're basically forgotten about.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
he
his
cares
occupation
about
now.
them, but they
Yeah,
are
now
basically forgotten.
now he can't get out of it. So that's basically his job, to punish the bad guys.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't
But
want to stop killing criminals.
let's get back to the princesses again, because like I said, this shit has me triggered always when I hear shit like that.
Oh, it has me triggered big time because I'm getting tired of these uber feminists. Again, I think they want to
All they
blame
did
these.
was sit around and wait for a dude. Their mission in that story was never waiting for a dude.
None
Half
of them
the time,
did.
they didn't even know a dude was on their way to their doorstep.
Okay, and move on to Ariel.
Yes, they have problems with Ariel. They say Ariel gave up her voice. They said she gave up being a mermaid for a man. That was their complaint. She gave up being a mermaid for a man.
That's a twofer, actually. She was there she wanted to go to sea too.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a long time since I've seen Little Mermaid, but I'm pretty sure there's more to it than that.
But before that, she was a fucking hoarder.
She was a what?
She was a fucking hoarder.
Oh yeah, because she was fascinated by
I didn't hear the D at the end of the word there.
Yeah.
I call her a whore. I call her a hoarder.
When the Little Mermaid,
isn't it? Yeah, it's a bunch of junk. Okay.
Well, when the
Little
Mermaid,
a catfish. You gonna be a catfish lady?
Well, to her,
yeah, she was fascinated with the surface world, and she happened to fall in love.
Eloise just said it. She thought the human world and the treasures she saw were fascinating to her, and she liked those things. It may seem junk to you, but to her it was treasures. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever saw, and that's why she kept them. She was fascinated by it. I know, but but you do have. I know you're joking, but I'm talking about the other nuts out there. When the Little Mermaid first came out, it was applauded by everyone. It was praised by everyone when it came out.
I actually got the pleasure of seeing it in the theaters after its release.
Yeah, after release, I saw it in the theaters too because I thought the animation was beautiful. I didn't see the re-release. I remember when it first came out, and I thought it was a beautiful and I loved it too. I said, "Oh, finally, Disney's making a very good film." I thought it was beautiful all the way. And I like how they interpret Hans Christian Andersen's story because his story is more tragic than what Disney did. But she was fascinated by the human world, and she fell in love. But she was still her own person. You know, I don't understand this.
She didn't wait for no damn man, and even then, Try wasn't even looking forward to hooking up with some suitors.
Right, but the feminists
he was
see it as
surprised that he was infatuated she was infatuated by a boy.
Their argument is that she changed for a man. They say, why couldn't she just stay a mermaid, or why did she have to sacrifice something to be with Eric?
Why would she abandon her family for a guy she met within? No, she did not meet him within a day.
It is a fairy tale.
If you look at that time skip, it looks like more than just one fucking day. They had a nice conversation between each other. I mean, a one-sided conversation for sure, but you can obviously tell through the montage that went over at least like about a week or two.
Yes, it wasn't in a day. It was yes.
Or really, wait, did the spell mean 3 days? Right?
It was the 3 days. Yes.
Yeah, in 3 days. Like no damn day. It's 3 days.
Yeah. It was. They're not understand. They're taking these fairy tales too literally. They're taking them too literally. They can't see it for what it is. They must. It must reflect the real life.
I think it's also that they don't understand families, like how families work. So like, people leave their families to be with another person. So I mean, people tend to sacrifice that, and she was sacrificing, like, leaving the sea and living on the surface world. So
do you want to stay with a family member that you don't even like? You don't hate, but you just don't like. We don't always pick our families, and half the time we don't like the motherfuckers either. You think I'm supposed to stick around with that?
Can you guys hear me? Or?
I can hear you.
Alright.
I just interrupted you. Sorry.
So yeah, I don't think they understand the importance of sacrifice and how it's involved in everything.
I didn't understand any of that.
They don't understand the importance of sacrifice.
Girl,
Like,
you digital. You show
yeah.
Dan right now.
Yeah.
Hello?
You sound like you're underwater.
Mm-hmm. You sound like you show Dan right now.
Hello?
Yep. We can hear you. You're
Hello?
good. You're good. Show Dan, you're good.
Child, you're right. I want to take up Child's comment. Yes, Child, in the original Hans Christian Andersen story, it's tragic. She did not live. She did not kill Eric, but because of that, the spell was broken and she ended up dying. She became sea foam.
Yeah, because she was still human. She can't breathe underwater.
Yeah, so she became sea foam, and like her spirit rose. The daughters of the other mermaids, her sisters, her spirit rose to the air, or something like that. What had happened. So it is more tragic in the Hans Christian Andersen story than what Disney did, and I was fine with Disney did, because when they interpreted, the interpretation kind of made sense. It kind of made sense. So again, these are from people. These are people that are unhappy with their life, and they're putting the blame on the fairy tales. They're unhappy with the choices in their life, and they want to put the blame on that, and that's why they're making stupid comments and stupid remarks about that.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Does it sound better?
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Child. This is a Disney animated film. We don't have kids are not going to be in the theater for 3 hours to see it play out like that.
Let's factor that into the show.
Mm-hmm.
Which we all know that takes place way before this movie. You mean we're going to have an episode where they actually do wedding preparations? I mean, we did that with Cinderella in our sequels. In a way, yeah.
Cinderella had sequels?
Where have you been? They advertise that shit all the damn
time. The third one has Tim Curry voicing a musical. What was it, an organ, I think?
That's
Sorry, it's just I don't really watch
Oh yeah, no, wrong thing.
Don't really watch Disney movies.
I have no idea why.
Disney had a bunch of direct-to-video animated sequels. A lot of them terrible, but some of them were good. Like for example,
the Cinderella sequels were better.
Yeah, like Lion King 2 was good, for example.
I like the Mulan ones.
Oh, fuck that shit.
I'm talking about the animated ones.
Fuck that shit.
I wasn't a fan. I think the biggest mistakes Disney made was making sequels to their animated films that really didn't need sequels. There were some stories you just didn't need to see a part 2. And Cinderella stories, to me...
Here's my take on those sequels.
Yeah.
Simba's Pride was fine. Some of the songs I didn't like that much. Or at least some varying decent to Why Is This Here? And this is actually pretty good. And this is actually pretty good. Like, I did not need no jingle from Simba if it wasn't the original singer from the first movie. Because that singer sucked. I'm sorry. I said it. The song is nice, but that singer sucked.
And some of those movies had TV show spin-offs, like Aladdin and Tarzan.
We're gonna get to Aladdin pretty soon.
I like the Aladdin show.
Aladdin series was really good.
I like Tarzan.
Oh yeah, Tarzan was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed Tarzan.
But I hate Toon Disney for leaving out the dinosaur episode. Fuck off, Toon Disney.
Oh, you mean the episode where they go to Pellucidar?
Yeah. They fucking denied me that episode, yet they kept advertising that shit in the commercials.
Wait, really? I remember seeing that episode on TV.
You're in Britain, dude. I'm in America.
They
kept denying me dinosaurs. And yet they kept advertising that in the TV spots where he crashes into a triceratops.
Wait, when you say they were advertising, do you mean like specifically advertising that episode or the show overall?
They're doing the show, but they advertise that scene, one of the scenes from the episode. And I'm like, why you keep showing this scene if you're not going to show me the episode?
Maybe it's a case of they just assume no one's actually seen it and they just can kind of get away with showing that clip.
Or maybe somebody in the advertising department kept falling asleep on the damn keyboard. One of the two. Anyways, yeah, that's my take on Silver. Silver Surprise is a good Romeo and Juliet story, but some of the songs I could have done without You. Penny being a filler song. I didn't need Rafiki singing. I really did not need that. But here it is. But my favorite was always My Lullaby and Love Will Find a Way. Skip it to the Cinderella sequels. They're the better. I'd say they're the better sequels because they give more development to each of the characters within the first movie. The father, the Princess King, his dad, Cinderella's sister, the redhead. I keep forgetting her name. She gets a lot of development. Oh, y'all don't know her name either? Okay. Moving on to Aladdin. How the fuck Jasmine is waiting for a man? She's sassy as hell. Nobody gonna go add to that?
No.
It's been a while since I see any of these films.
Exactly. Same here.
Y'all suck.
Like, I think she was like was it the Sultan's only daughter? I mean,
yeah, and
only
he's trying to
child.
get her married so he can have some kids. He wants some grandbabies.
You're talking about the Aladdin movie or the TV show? The movie. Yeah. Well, Yasmin's story is great because she wasn't against getting married. She just wanted to choose who and when. And the father, the Sultan, like you said, wanted her to keep the family line going, and he wanted to hear the pitter patter of little grand children. But she says, I want to marry for love. If nothing else, I want to marry for love, and I want to choose who I choose to be with. Because when she finds Aladdin and the Sultan asks her, is this who you choose? She's all for it. She says, yes, Ali is the one I want to be with. So I got it. I felt I was perfectly fine with Yasmin. I liked the storyline.
Pronounce it the Mexican way.
My dyslexic brain. It's Jasmine?
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Yes,
Okay,
Jasmine.
thank you. My dyslexic brain. Jasmine. I was perfectly fine with that. There was nothing wrong with that because the decision was
when
hers.
Jasmine become a Mexican all of a sudden. You be killing me when you do that sometimes. Like, wait a minute, I don't remember Jasmine being Mexican. How did she get to Agrabah?
Well, the way things are going, you never know. One day they just might do that.
Oh, boy. They had the Pink Ranger play her in the live action movie.
Yeah, which
from the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
I did not like the live action Jasmine at all.
We're giving her extra singing scenes because all she did was wait for a man. Bullshit. What story did you watch?
I know. That's I know. Like what Jasmine is a very proactive character in Aladdin.
Hell, she's way more proactive in the sequels too.
Yeah.
That bitch be throwing down like it ain't nobody's business. Especially in Four Thieves movie. The King of Thieves. That's the better sequel actually. Don't ever watch Return of Jafar if you want to hear Gilbert Gottfried sing.
I don't care. I don't care about hearing Gilbert Gottfried sing. It doesn't bother me.
He can't even sing for shit, man.
Yeah, we already know Gilbert Gottfried can't sing. Nobody wants to hear his voice singing anyway, but at the same time, don't care.
I dig him reading 50 Shades of Grey. That shit's hilarious. But other than that, like, yeah, just stick to King of Thieves because man, that's really a good movie. Aladdin Dad bad. He real bad. We could, you know what? I'm gonna make a stream about that Disney sequel so y'all can get educated and enlightened.
Yeah,
Probably being in the stream right now.
I've seen some of them.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about ready to wrap it up anyways.
Yeah, I was about to say this has been a lot of fun, but I must be leaving now.
Yeah,
So
we
I have to
pretty much
wrap
at
up.
the tail end of this damn conversation anyways, and we were just
I'm
into the fun
listening.
stuff.
I think that you should also we should come back to this topic about princesses and how they're perceived. How they're
We
perceived.
can
You
do
can
that
do
in
the
the
title.
femininity stream.
Yeah, yeah. We can come back to that because there's more characters to explore. You know, Belle and let's see, Sleeping Beauty, blah blah blah. Blah Belle. There's Pocahontas. There's other
Merelda.
characters. Yeah,
That's really not a princess, though,
Esmeralda.
technically.
We don't give a damn, man. They made Mulan a princess, and I've been tooting that fucking horn about her not being a princess either.
Same thing, Mulan. I felt Mulan the same way.
Merida.
I'm just saying, at this point, we don't give a damn.
Merida from Brave. That's another
Megara.
one.
Yeah, pick
Megara.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Oh wait,
Merida.
Merida.
I thought it was
Merida.
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 Oh.
Merida.
Merida.
Merida. Yeah, Merida. Megara from Hercules.
I think Brave, the one, the redhead from Brave.
Yeah, you said it right, Merida. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No, she
Pixar
said
movie.
it.
She
She
was
said
kind of.
Mierda.
I thought the movie was kind of boring, but I know it was
That's 'cause
about.
Pixar knows what to make, and princess movies, it ain't that.
Yeah.
They even fucked up the Disney princesses in Wreck-It Ralph 2. By that quote, telling us, you got some guy that does all the work for you while you wait. I'm like, fuck all of you.
I actually
Because
didn't watch Wreck-It
none
Ralph
of
2.
y'all did that shit.
I actually didn't watch Wreck-It Ralph 2. Is it even worth watching?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
the fuck it ain't.
Nope. Nope.
Right.
I
I'm
refuse to
still
watch it.
salty about that movie.
I refuse to watch it because it pretty much screws up the first movie. So I refuse to watch it.
I'm
I
so
enjoyed it, but
salty
like
about
I've never seen the first movie, so
The first movie is amazing.
it is. But my thing is, the second movie undoes the first movie
The second one is a mess. It's an atrocious
because she want
mess.
to fall behind Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I know. Vanellope, I know. It's stupid.
Bitch, you rule a fucking arcade. Why you selling for less in a mobile game?
I know. I know. She went to explore the internet.
Oh wait, slow down. Is the first one about the has the girl that's in the arcade that races around and has the glitch?
The secondary character. The main character
Oh, okay,
is
so
yeah.
I haven't seen the second one. I've only watched the first one. My bad.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one as well.
I've only seen the first one. I thought I was confusing them.
Like I said, the second one undoes all that development.
And she gives up her responsibility to live in internet while and let all the video games who characters in the original games came from be homeless now.
Even worse, like everybody liked playing her character.
Now that she was the ruler, so now where they gonna go?
No, my thing is that like beyond that, she's a fucking favorite character in the arcade itself. So if she's gone, who they gonna play?
Oh wait, I know. I know that. Not and she let the video game stay broken. So now they all homeless now.
Yeah. Like I said, I started seeing a red flag the moment she said she was looking for something else besides her friend Ralph, and I'm like, bitch, since when? Since when you start wanting more out of this shit?
Need more. She already had the whole world.
You were content with being a princess in your fucking video game. Let me stop before I have a hernia. But yeah, she that's the only non-princess that I'm gonna scoot off the fucking princess list. But the biggest fuck you I exclaimed was when the princess said that shit. I was like, y'all didn't do any of that shit. You guys were very proactive in your own damn stories before a man showed up. In fact, the man was there to compliment your proactiveness.
That's right. That's what they forget.
That's the reason why those characters are placed in there together like that. Like, yes, the title is the female's name. That's who we're following majority of the story until the prince shows up. But the prince is put there because we are definitely in a heterosexual story for sure. Yes, but it's way more than that. The man is there to complement the woman's proactiveness, if nothing else, what her actions lead to in her growth, in her beginning, and her end. Her, in fact, she's getting the reward. A man, not the man getting his reward. She's getting the reward for her endeavors as her spiritual journey as a woman going through that story. Each and every female character of Disney that produced, that is her reward at the end of her story. Someone she loves that actually complements all the things she's done within that story.
And the thin bots either can't see it or don't want to see it because they're blinded by their own hatred.
There it is. With that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Those five of you, six of you, man, we had a nice turnout. It was fluctuated a bit, but those nine extra motherfuckers, I like you too. So anyway, let's thank Claire, Star Storyteller, who was with us today. She had to bail out earlier, but thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see her again for another type of talk. Maybe hopefully we'll talk about something Magical Girl related or Sailor Moon related. We'll see. Who knows? Sky's the limit for this whole show, right? We're in season 3, guys. We're gonna get very wacky this season. I plan and promise to make this shit as crazy as the last season. Are y'all with me?
I'm with you.
I said, are you with me?
I'm riding that train.
Yep.
I only hear one of y'all.
I'm riding that train, Wolf.
Lots. Well, Eloise is fumbling with something, so okay, I hear a yay anyways. Whether she like it or not. Damn, girl, pay attention.
So it's because I'm like pacing back and forth in like in the living room.
Why are you pacing back and forth?
I don't know.
Did you drink coffee?
No.
You on that happy pill?
No, I ate oranges and now I have energy. Like,
oh damn. Oh
Popeyes.
Wow. You're on your own there. Anyways, hopefully we'll have found with us since he graced us earlier. Yep, he's down for it. But let me stop stalling and congratulate my compadres. Starting with the Gladiator Kayon. It's been a while since we had him on here, Matthew Flynn.
Yeah. Let the Matrix light your darkest hour. Goodbye, everyone.
Hopefully we'll have him on for some more Transformers talk or any other movie related or show related talk. Because you know he's all about that life.
Or anime related topics.
That too.
Like
actually, pretty soon we're gonna be crossing the bridge to do a anime spotlight of Robotech. You down for that?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I'll link you the free site that you can watch it on, you pirate. Arr. Anyways, standing next to him is the Lady of Valor, Leia Plus Size.
Good evening, everyone. This is Leia Plus Size, your lovely Lady of Valor. I'd like to thank everyone that showed up today for this, for our little chit chat. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave comments. We love to hear from all of you. Let us know what you'd like for us to cover and rant about and just go all off on. As you can see, we're a crazy bunch, so nothing is off limits with us. But we want to thank you for your time. And I want to say everybody have a good evening and a good weekend. And I hope to see you all again next week.
The Bear of the North, Eloise Dotto.
See ya, everyone, and hopefully when I see you next time, I'll have a better mic.
And a better position in life. Hopefully she'll find the greener grass on the other side that she's been trying to scratch her way through. Because at this point, Jersey's right now, it's cyberpunk world. It's Dark City over there. People dying left and right, getting scooped up, and then turn up dead the next day. Girl, watch your back. And get you a knife. Fuck that pepper spray shit.
I will.
Don't cry, girl. Ain't nobody got time for you to be crying. You better take some damn judo or some shit.
I'm laughing.
I know. Sound like you sniffling though. And the Georgia Pit Bull, Fizz Chozo.
I'll be going. And please back Goofanoid, by the way. It's live on Indigo right now.
Rolling my eyes. You can't see it, but yes, go back this man's project up. He is an inventor and a creator. He's trying to make clowns great again. Try to help him make clowns great again, guys. Please. Pretty please.
The link's in the private chat.
Yes, it is in the private. Negro, why you put in the private chat? Put in the open chat.
I can't because I don't have a wrench.
Oh. We're going to have to fix that then. All right, let me do that shit then.
You should make that your tagline. Is make clowns great again.
Yeah. Make it one of his jokes, if nothing else. It'd be a lowbrow joke.
Like a tagline in like a campaign summary. Like just put that in the campaign summary. Help me make clowns great again.
And as once again, guys, this has been your Wolf Commander. Reminding you once again, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet. I had energy to do that now. Finally. Take care, everyone. I'm not ending this on a bang. I'm actually ending this on a softer note. Guys, go ahead, Leia.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Wolf. I thought you were ending. I'm just going to say good night to everyone and have a good weekend.
Get your heads out of your ass and that molasses out your butthole and get to creating. Stop complaining about pop culture like we doing.
Well, we celebrate things too. We've had some great chats about some of our favorite films. I really enjoyed that Matrix chat that we had. So I hope we get to do more. Yes.
And also next Tuesday we'll be doing Anime Spotlight January Gall. So I hope you motherfuckers have already finished the damn anime. It's 12 episodes, damn it.
I got almost halfway through it by this point.
You fast watcher. I don't know about Eloise. You better not be going in there all half cocking and not knowing what the hell to talk about.
Wait, what are you watching?
Generator Gall.
Oh.
I linked it in the chat. You can watch it in between studying. At least go 5 episodes or 6. It's 12 episodes, girls. 12 episodes. At least go 6. Just give me 6 episodes at least. And you can follow through with us. What about you, Matthew? You down for Tuesday?
Wait, what anime is this? I wasn't paying attention.
I'm about to get y'all through boot. I'm gonna put y'all back in boot camp. I'm gonna be like Brother Blood. Has anybody been paying attention this semester? It's Generator Gall.
I have not heard of that one.
It's an anime for sure, but yeah, it's one of those animes that I picked up on one time and watched myself. I actually have most of the DVD collection. I don't have a complete set though, but whatever. Whatever.
Where you going like sub, dub? Which is it? Or does it even have both?
It's got both. If you want to watch a sub, you can watch a sub. If you want to watch a dub, you can watch a dub. The site I use, it got both sub and dub, so don't worry. Other than that, guys, take care.